What's up, CSC? We're here. Maybe a little late, but we're about to load into the server. It is myself, Owen, and Austin, and we're going to be casting the Elite Grand Finals for Season 13. How are things looking for you, Landon?
Everything's looking good so far. Happy to be here. We do already know the first map, which is nice. It will be Ancient. Neither team is unfamiliar. However, the Walling Wizards have played it 7 total times this season, which is something to note.
Right, and I think that Ancient, especially at least in my all the seasons I've played, Ancient a pretty comfortable map for almost every CSC team. I think it is basically CSC's version of Mirage at this point. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how this grand final goes down. I think there's some pretty big storylines going on. This would be a huge win for AP. I don't really know if AP's won a trophy yet since they took from SCI all those seasons back, but I do know that if H4K were to win this, then this would be a pretty big deal. This would be a 4P, 4 in a row for H4K Elite, which is a level of dominance that we've never seen in CSC.
That is correct. And another thing to note, potentially, and it looks like it will be just based off the roster here, it looks like, unless I'm mistaken, Walling Wizards will be using a sub. They currently have 6 people on the roster. I'm not sure what the official 5 will be in the server quite yet, but it's just an interesting note to look at as well. The hope would be that it wouldn't be one of their star players, someone like Citron, who's sitting at a 1.23 rating, or Daniel
Right.
Aisha, who's at a 110, But it'll be interesting to see what happens as far as this game if they do have to be down a star player.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at how their semifinal performance against UPS closed out, that final map was Ancient, and it turned into Daniel and Citron pretty much winning the entire map and subsequently the series for their team. I don't know if anybody else on that team broke double-digit kills by the end of the map, but I do know that those two combined had, I think, 50 kills between the two. It was pretty much those two running the show, and obviously on Ancient, which is what we're going to be starting off. So assuming that neither of those two are subbed out, which I believe it those two, um, assuming both of them are going to be present here and playing up to the standard that they've shown they can play at, it's going to be a really rocky start for AP. Now that being said, I do know that AP has heavy hitters. I know that Starly has been touted and worked up their resume the last couple of seasons. Very respected IGL coming in. And I know they have a couple other really strong pieces. I know that Wilson is a very, very strong shooter for them. And I just know as a whole that the AP team has sort of just they've worked their way from worked their way through this season to show that they are a top contender. And yeah, I mean it shows they're the number 2 seed going into this grand final. The number 1 seed did not make it.
We did have a bit of an upset, but as you said, that's all in the past now, and here they are. Biggest challenge of the season. This is an all or nothing gamble here for both teams. And as you were talking and pointing out, yeah, we have players like Starly here, who is currently the top performer on the team while IGLing, and Wilson SJT not far behind. Dior also at a 1.0, so the only player that doesn't have a 1.0 rating is Kobe, and that's at a 0.96. Like, I mean, that's middle of the road for most teams here. Usually a team has like a 0.87, a 0.69, something like that, but to have your worst player almost be at a 1.0 as well it's a scary thought for the Walling Wizards as they go into this match.
For sure. I think that it does sort of show like a level of consistency when the entire team is pretty equal in rating and stats. It shows that it's not really reliant on one person or two people to always be the answer to how they're going to get out of a game and how they're going to win. So I think that is that's really strong for them to show that they're all showing great form going into playoffs this season. And even then, looking back towards the regular season, they've all still been very close stats wise. I think most of them. I think yet again, Kobe is still the lowest rated at a 0.97. It's showing me for regular season, which is obviously nothing to scoff at. But I believe we're going to be getting into the server soon. I think we're having a couple tech issues with our getting in. Oh, and it seems like the players are also not connected. We're still getting there, still getting there. Uh, so I think what we don't know is we don't know what the other two maps are for this best yet. Um, I can try to see if I can find it on the match page, but I off the bat I do not know what it's going to be. We know that the first map is going to be Ancient, obviously. So seeing what it could be for seeing what it's going to be for the other two maps. I'm curious to know if AP has a rebuttal or a response. I mean, obviously, you said both teams have been playing this map this season, so it's not just oh, this is going to be H4K, a walk in the park. So shouldn't expect them to just roll them over. But in the event that Citron and Daniel especially start off hot, uh, you know, do AP have a good response in the back pocket?
It's a good question. And another big point of it is that both teams have a very similar map pool, which is to be expected. It seems like all of CSC has a similar map pool. So we could be seeing an Anubis come out, a Mirage even. Nuke could be on the table here. Right now, for the majority of the season, we have seen Walling Wizards only playing Ancient. So there's a little bit more diversity within AP. So if they swing them towards an Anubis or a Nuke, we could see that slide just because they have the reps on it. So it really is just like, do they have that pick in their pocket they can utilize here? Obviously, both teams getting one ban and then the picks, and then the decider really also is a huge question mark. Because if you see AP get to something like Vertigo, you could see this go their way in a 2-1 split. However, they have to just survive their own map pick. Since I mean, besides a massive upset, we should be seeing Rolling Wizards probably take Ancient here. I think it'd be a close game, but once again, they've been dominant on the map. They were dominant in playoffs.
Right.
So it really is just if we can see AP win their pick, and then also whatever the decider becomes here.
Yeah. Yeah, and just I wanted to go take a look because I haven't had a chance to yet. But it does seem like AP has been pretty dominant, and they've won pretty handily on most of their Vertigo games, and we see Nuke as well is also a strong pick from them. I believe I saw in match support that they said I think probably match 2 or 3 is Mirage, so we are going to be
Ooh.
getting Mirage, which is
Okay.
so I don't know if looking at Mirage, the only time it was played during the regular season that I could see from AP was a 10-13 loss against UPS, who ended up being the number 1 seed going into playoffs. So I'm curious to see who ends up taking that map. When I'm looking over
Ooh.
at H4K stats on Mirage, quick, it seems like they have played Mirage only once, and they won that map. It ended up being against the Lions, the Savannah, on the first match day. So it's been quite a while since they've even shown off that they've played the map. Um, or I guess, excuse me, they actually played it at quite. I did not realize that it was not including playoffs. They did lose it both times in playoffs so far. They lost it 5-13 against Cal on the quarterfinal run, and in the semifinals they lost it on the opening map 8-13 against UPS during the semis. So Mirage isn't looking like a great map for H4K. So I'm assuming, I get maybe assuming is a bad thing to do here, but if AP still end up being the dominant team, I think that at least equalizes it going into whatever that map 3 is.
Yeah, I was looking at it myself, and it is Mirage is not a good map for them, especially in the playoffs. So recency bias, if you want to utilize it, shows that they are not really favoring the map. I'm interested to know what their permaban was. I'm assuming it might have been something towards Overpass, which they have not touched yet. But to get it to Mirage, this boosts the odds of a map 3 extremely compared to like if they were to go to somewhere like Anubis where both teams has familiarity. But I mean, they like you said, they dropped the map and it wasn't close, not even reaching double digits here recently. So that does open this entire thing wide open. Of course, Mirage we do know is the Pug map. Of course, we're getting basically 2 of those with Ancient and Mirage. Very much a heavy duel map, especially towards mid for both of them. So it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a similar energy going through both maps here. So once again, it really does show that the guns have to be firing, and if you're on the side of AP, you have to hope that we don't have the same performance from players like Citron and Deonation we had in the semis, or else it could just be blood in the water the entire
Yeah.
festivities.
Yeah, and I think that the next point I kind of want to look at is just sort of the battle of the IGLs here. Starly obviously putting on a very extremely impressive performance in this playoff run, and even during the regular season, still being the top performer. And they're the caller, so they're sort of leading by example. And I think that especially if they're feeling it and they're shooting well during the grand final, that's gonna inspire the team to sort of keep up with them and make sure that they're playing to the best that they can and doing everything that they normally would be doing. Whereas the IGL on the side of H4K, to my knowledge, is I believe the IGL is James Coda. I think it might not be. I could be completely wrong, but if regardless, I don't think that the Walling Wizards have as known of an IGL, and so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And maybe someone has a pocket strat that's not being kept up with because they're sort of an unknown quantity. But I do think that sort of just the buff of your best player is also the one leading the team for AP. I think that can't really go unspoken.
It is. It's a massive difference because a lot of teams, you'll feel like the IGL is the player that is lagging behind with aim, and he compensates with it with ideas and communication and direction. But when you have someone leading from the front, then it's like there's no downside to the player. And then if you have an IGL that's fragging, you don't have to worry about having once we talked about it before, how consistent the entire 5-man roster is, because they don't have to deal with that one player that's lagging behind. They basically were able to they have an IGL that can be their star player, and they were able to just acquire fraggers around him. So basically, he has just a team of mercenaries that he can guide everywhere, but he doesn't have to guide from the camp up north. He gets to he's on the front lines. He's the engager. And when you have a team like that, it's just really hard to break it down defensively.
Right. Yeah, and from looks like I do have a bit of a sneak peek of what the series is going to look like. We have Ancient on map 1, and then Anubis for map 2, and then Mirage is going to be the decider map. So
okay.
I think that sort of changes the narrative of me of what's map 3 going to look like to now for H4K to comfortably be, taking this how they think they should be. They need to close this in 2 maps because I am not confident what's going to in their ability going into Mirage.
Yeah, Mirage being the decider, that makes a lot more sense with how the vetoes broke down. Both teams just left it around. They both have played it, so they have some familiarity with it. Once again, we saw the Walling Wizards were definitely the team struggling with it in playoffs. But Anubis, on the other hand, I mean, neither team has dropped the map. One team is 4-0, one team is 2-0 on it. They've both been proficient on it. They both have dominant wins, a close win there. But it really just changed the flow of it, and I think that we're going to see a lot more well-organized CS than we would have if Mirage was map 2. Now it is 2 maps that both teams, like I said, have a good amount of reps on. Once again, are both dominant on the map, which makes it look like an exciting map 2 for sure. Obviously, we'll be able to see it. And then once again, the hope would just be on the side of AP is that they have the more reps on it. They're 4-0 on the map, so hopefully they can get that and we can see a 1-1 split. I don't see a 2-0 going either way, and if it is, it feels like it would be H4K taking it home there.
Yeah. I also am not really confident in a 2-0. I think that this matchup is going to be really, really close. Obviously, the Walling Wizards came into this not as, a super highly seeded team. They came in, I believe, as the number 5 seed. But they've proven that they're going to put up a fight every series, and they're not going to just roll over and lose. And I think the same thing could be said by AP, except they've had a bit of an easier run here with their, being pretty dominant on their 4 map wins to get here to the grand final. With the quarterfinals having a 13-1 Anubis, a 13-4 Vertigo win, and then in the semis making it quick work, 13-8 on Nuke. So it seems like AP is just sort of steamrolling everyone they come across, but I don't know. I also believe in storylines, and I really think that the 4-peat could happen tonight, which is why I'm not really closing the door on either side.
It's good narratives both way. No, it's an underdog story, and it's an era, right? Well, once you get to the 4-peat, it's an era. That's utter dominance, continuously in and out. Player swaps don't matter. If you keep the core, you can win it all. So either way it goes, it's gonna be a good narrative, right? Like you said, it's either GOAT status or it's they're on a team spirit run. It's something like that where a team comes out of nowhere and shows up when it matters here. Obviously, playoffs are a whole different energy, but they've looked consistent. They've looked strong. I mean, what can you say? Both teams got here, and especially if you look at their side of of AP. I mean, just the way they battered Orochis to get here in the semifinals. So 4 days removed from that battle, and it was not close. So that has to be huge for the confidence going into this matchup here. But the finals are a whole nother beast.
Yeah, yeah. If I was if I was looking at my opponent and I was H4K, I mean, you have to be in the right mental of this is gonna be a battle. This is not gonna be won easily from either side. Both teams are gonna come out swinging, and this really is gonna be a very hopefully a very split grand final here. I think the last couple have been pretty one-sided in H4K's favor. I think it's going to be interesting to see how things play out though. I believe that they are um I believe that they're finalizing everything and getting into the server very shortly. I think that the pick bands registering correctly for side selection. Um, but I think that they got it all fixed, so we should very shortly. I think my final note, I guess while we sit here and wait, is I just think overall this has been a very good elite season. I think it's been very very fun to witness. I obviously didn't play in it, but I saw a lot of the back and forths. I saw a lot of the different storylines from different teams, a lot of the different players, and I think overall this has been a very good season. I'm excited to see if we ended off with a whole new set of champions for the first time, or if yet again with the third time they've had a brand new roster, H4K are able to work something up.
It's nice across the board and to see that like it was a very competitive elite season. Like you, of course, you had a couple teams struggling, but I mean, like the worst team is 3-7, the best team, of course, 9-1. But after that, 7-3. Like there was outside of the imposters who are not here currently. It was a very competitive season, and
Right.
it's nice to see that because there's some divisions where it was dominance. We get those every once in a while. But to see every game be competitive, it wasn't just dragged out with blowouts left and right. There wasn't two or three teams that were just clearing the field. It's something to appreciate, especially if you're a player in there because you do feel like you can win any given match day. Um, so so it's something to look forward to, and I hope that we see some of these players come back around next season because I feel like we had some rising stars come into form that we haven't seen before. Of course, we have the classics, but it's nice to see a more balanced division.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think that is I know historically Elite has always been sort of this in most circumstances Elite has been a fairly balanced tier. So, I think it's just kind of a consistent hallmark of how frequently we see just do close battles all the way through from the regular season, from even from the B season all the way to the grand final. And I think that I think this season is sort of reminiscent of a couple seasons back. I think season 10 especially, of just how competitive a tier can really be when it is truly such an even playing field across the board. I think that is something that to strive for in every single tier. But I know we are getting everybody loaded in very very shortly. Um, I believe that the from what we given, it does look like we have AP starting on the T side of Ancient. So and assuming that that is assuming that H4K's pick, then that means that AP chose to start on the T. So do you have any thoughts on that? Sort of they want to get the ball rolling, get off to a strong start, hopefully, and just put their foot down in order to get going.
I think Ancient is a map where on the T side you can set the tempo very early for the entire match. So I don't blame it. When I was playing a Premiere, is the thing we picked a lot because it lets you set the tone. It lets you, you get a little drowsy here waiting, especially with these delays that we have going on. And then when you go to CT side, it's a lot of angles being held. You're playing a more passive setup. You don't want to sacrifice your life. But on the T side, you get to just rev it up. I mean, we're probably gonna see a classic rush A, rush B on pistol. I have the Vitos pulled up here. As we knew, Ancient it will be the starting map. It just you can set the tone way more efficiently on the T side here. So I always love a T side pick going into Ancient.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree there that you know they can try to set the tempo. I mean, just looking at how they played Ancient, it really has not been their friend though. They have one win on it this season and two losses, with both of them losing to HG. So maybe they're just their kryptonite, and they against another roster they're gonna put up a better scoreline. But the last time they played it was during the quarterfinals with a 13-7 loss. So maybe that was because they didn't start off on T side, so they didn't have momentum in their favor. Um, but we've talked circles around it. They've AP have just been really dominant on their run to get to the grand finals. So I don't doubt them to make a recovery even on Ancient, or if it is on another map. I think that it's extremely likely that they will be in the fight the entire time.
Just a huge thing to note will be is that barring something crazy, it looks like at least for the first two maps they will be starting on the T side, because you would assume that H4K is going to pick CT for Anubis here, so that means that they have to start T side both maps, so they never get that comfortability of CT, which can be very scary.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing in what we're seeing in front of us is the pistol round about to be underway. Got Walling Wizards from H4K taking on the Booty Hunters from AP. Can't believe that is a name I have to be saying, but we're getting started here.
That we will be, and we're going to be seeing it. The classic B rush. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. It's been consistent throughout all of CSC, all of Counter-Strike right now, and immediately the bomb is going down. It's a full retake setup from the Walling Wizards, but right now they're losing the duels, and they're already in a 3 versus 5 on the retake here. We see two players with Kevlar, two flashbangs to be utilized, and they are thrown. The second one's coming through. We do see dualies, and that's always nice to see. The firing squad is coming through, and right now the shots are connecting, and it's over. The Booty Hunters taking the first round in 40 seconds. That is what we call a tone setter.
Right. That's a really strong pistol round to just already get started. You have to keep in mind, I mean, pistol rounds, especially in an MR12 format, are so impactful. And we saw last series for the semifinals between UPS, or I believe it's the quarterfinals between UPS or Cow and H4K. Those really were the decider, like that was the deciding factor behind H4K recovering and winning that series. So I think getting off to the right start and just putting, just getting off on a good foot, just taking the first round in your favor.
And we do see the full save coming in through the Walling Wizards, and they're going to get dropped like flies. 2 down already. 1 tucked behind default box. Could maybe get a surprise frag here. They're going to be taking gun, but they're not going to see him. He's going to shoot early, gets dropped down. And now 5 versus 2, damage being done. This looks like it's going to be a clean round here for AP. 2-0 to start out the series here. Right now, that T-side pick working out. Xfinity gets 1, and that is going to be a sub coming in for tonight, I believe, if I'm correct. James Coda is flanking through, sees 1, nothing found yet. They did get 1 player down, SJT in the dirt, and that nade also dirted, doing damage, and it should be in for him. Unaware is Kofi, but he does get the frag at the end of the day, and 2-0 going into the bye round for the side of Walling Wizards.
Right, and I think that this is, I guess something I want to touch on is, this confirms our suspicions of Citron and Daniel H still being present in this grand final. The sub is from Xfinity is going to be replacing mechas. We don't know if that's just for this first map or if that's going to be for the entire series tonight. But regardless, I think it's good for H4K that their 2 heaviest hitters are not the ones that are being sent out.
That is correct. We're going to see a fast aggressive mid play come through. Jack takes out SJT, a little bit of a wild spray, and then the spam coming through, and 2 more down, and it's now a 2 versus 5 against pistols. Booty Hunters thrive, but at the rifles they are falling. Now Wilson does get 1 trade back. The bomb is recoverable. Is behind the Molotov and elbow, but right now they're not pushing that way. Kobe's gonna retake shelf here. Flashbang out. Nothing found. Nade down, molly tossed. Utility being utilized, nothing found, and then the flank from Xfinity comes through Cave and gets 1. He gets away with his life, and now Wilson, 1 versus 4, walking through CT spawn with a quick flank coming in. Citron is not waiting for the duel. He's the aggressor here, now tucked in a corner. Full map control obtained here, and Daniel H posted up. This frag should be his at any moment. Wilson slowly creeping through the canals in the water. Wet feet. No sounds being made, and it looks like we're going to be seeing a save with 47 seconds. I doubt he gets out without a fight here. Posted up on the angle. But once again, it looks like we're going to be seeing the first round going the way of the Walling Wizards.
Right, this is the first gun round. I mean, losing the pistol, don't really have anything to say during that second round, but the guns come out and H4K are not playing around. Early mid presence from AP was attempted. I think they had a couple MAC-10s at the front of the pack, but they just couldn't get anything out of it. They just got spammed out through the smoke, and then especially Citron and Jack both combining to pick up all 3 kills on mid. The first was through the initial MAC-10 rush. It was, yeah, I mean, that's a strong start to the round when you're already putting yourself into a 5v4 or 5v2 advantage.
Wilson gets 1. The hunt is on. They're looking like they might go to the smoke. They're waiting for the time to before they go for the attack. He gets another one, though. And here they go. They're going to walk through. Could he get his 3rd and maybe his 4th? He's staying alive right now. The clock is ticking down, and he's gone. $0 in his pocket. But you would assume a force buy coming in for the Booty Hunters.
Yeah, that's something that you're gonna be expecting is gonna be something to expect is the force back. I mean, AP don't really have a ton of money to work with here, and especially after Wilson couldn't bring an AK into the next round, I think we might see a bit of a different decision if he still had that 3K or 4K he had, and he had an AK in his hands. But the one thing I want to note is just H4K tossing away a couple of guns at the end there. It's early half, it's not a great look for the economy, but heroish response.
Aggression coming through. They're burning in the fire, but they still push forward. One player tucking the cover. He's going to be dropped as well. And once again, the man advantage swings back for the booty hunters here in that nade. Maybe a little team damage, but the spam is stronger. Bomb is down on the ground. They're going to go for the plant. They're going to go for the front pillar plant, so they will be impervious to the spam. There is a flank coming through, but right now we have Starly in the corner waiting for the flank. Timing will be everything, however, and aggression through the smoke as it fades. Jack gets one, looking for a second. There is a player in cave. The flank from Starly comes through right now, and he wins that fight. Tech knight in hand. Jack unable to trade back, and now Daniel H in a 1 versus 2 taps the bomb. Won't commit here. Holding the smoke, and it's going to be a correct gamble as he gets dinked, however. 2 players low HP, a bomb ticking away. Kid is in his hands. He does have a Molotov and a flash to work with right now. He's just going for the stick, and it's going to work out. The shots are coming through in time, and he wins the round. 2-2, we are back here in Diodor. The best he can do is get the kill, and it's not going to happen, and oh no.
Yeah, that is honestly a tragic round to lose. I felt like AP had such a strong position. Even though the bomb plant got denied from the cave player, I still felt like they had such a strong, like, advantageous position. They had all of the site control. They even had a player kind of pushed out towards long. I felt like that was sort of their round to lose, and I mean, they lost it. They did. It came down to the shoulders of Jack is able to pick up 1 and do plenty of damage to the second player, and then Daniel H is able to only take the dink from Starly, gets out of that situation with his life, and yeah, I mean, the stick was, I don't think, maybe they didn't expect the kit just because of the money situation, only having 2 from the previous round, but attack was called, AP trying to strategize, probably call around what's going to happen next, and Wilson is full buying into this. It looks like we are seeing another force back because of that bomb play.
The bomb plant plus the round loss bonus going for the T side here, especially I mean it's not really a thing to discuss at this point. We do know the economy dominance for the T side here, unless you buy into so many more rounds. And as we see right here, we will be watching into a buy. The round loss continues to build up, so even if they drop this round, not the worst case scenario. And it looks like we're gonna be seeing aggression outside of B, early shelf control, Molly to keep them from pushing. Wilson's gonna go for an aggressive plan here and gets 1, and the trades are going their way right now. Man advantage, however. We've seen this man advantage not work out. Walling Wizards battling back here. Jack solo on the site, has his team rotating through a smoke towards short, but they're not going to be committing off of it yet. It doesn't look like they're pulling off here. We have the player towards elbow, rotating towards A. There is some movement. There is some mid presence here. Daniel H is jiggling. The bomb slowly shifting back into spawn here as things go quiet. Drop back. We won't be seeing an execute anytime soon, and right now it's a matter of time.
I like the resilience from the CTs here. I think that the Ts are expecting them to sort of get impatient and rotate off because there's nothing, but they're still keeping too close to at least defend against the initial push. That A presence that could have happened from Starly, he decides to give it up and fall back, gonna retake and regroup with his team to go back and exec on this B site. The bomb has been recovered by SGT, and we are, I mean, they're gonna set up into this exec, and I think that the CTs know first contact will be taken from Citron or Jack. The other one is going to be tucked in, ready to trade. All 3 are here and ready for this exec.
And the execute is on. We have short smoke. We have tilting towards long, and right now the advantage is a whiff smoke, but it doesn't matter as trades are going both ways. And as I say, the Daniel H now in a 1 versus 3. He's going to be falling off here. The M4 in his hand. A kid as well, full Kevlar. Not something you want to give away here, especially on the CT side. But after winning 2 rounds in a row, the money not favorable for the Walling Wizards.
No, I think it honestly might. They're going to have to probably force back just because of the loss bonus, but the damage on the SJT and Starly is so much, but I have to assume some of that has to be unconfirmed, or they just don't know how much they hit them for. I felt like if Jack picks up 2 there, this round is super winnable for H4K. I believe SJT is the one he dinked or did a ton of damage to after getting the first kill, and I mean, if he gets a second, this round is super doable, but SJT is just going to die in T's bomb. Seeing a bit of a standoff. Kobe does a lot of damage. Daniel H wants it, and he actually gets the kill. So, round win, but no AKs are going to survive for AP.
Money not favorable either. Both teams going deep into their pockets here. Wow. Once again, we see one player dead a bomb, another player sacrifices their gun. And the question mark is it worth it? Is it worth taking that one rifle out of the round? We'll never know because they weren't able to do that. Daniel H getting 2 with the assist of the bomb here. And aggression towards A. This is fast. This is quick. They're going to silent down now. But oh no, they're not. It's a full sprint. It's a full sprint. They're coming through and they're fighting SMGs. SJT dies to the bomb but gets 2 on the other round. Molotov to cover a donut smoke, and the push comes through, and Daniel H is burning, but gets 1 and fades into the night. Wow. How does he do it? No one knows. These nades are coming through, not going to connect right now, but the bomb, however, is going to connect to the ground. It has been planted. The clock is on. We have 1 kid in play by Daniel H. No flanks coming through, and it looks like they're already setting up to save, playing exits right now.
I think the damage on the Daniel H just makes the retake really, really difficult. There's still they're down a man in their 3v4. His 2 teammates only have deagles, and the 1 rifle is at 36 HP. I think it's just way too risky to try to go into this, and next round will be a save round, so keeping that extra gun into the next could at least give them a chance to try to do something, maybe play around it. But for now, at least, we're seeing a couple deagles get out there.
Xfinity gone, but Daniel H does retain his M4 for another round here. As you said, money is bad. We should be seeing a full save coming in from the Walling Wizards. So Booty Hunters able to continue building their lead. Should be looking at their 5th round. However, we know it's Counter-Strike. We know crazier things can happen. Citron has picked up a smoke. I'm assuming it's going to go down towards elbow. So we could see a mid stack coming through. But right now, spotting utility being set from the Booty Hunters to contest mid. It looks like that's how it'll be used. We're going to be seeing a red smoke come through. Double smoke from the following side. They're going to aggress through. So the pistols with a big fight. And, oh my god, he made the jump. I don't think he wanted to. Full blind. Strafes onto the wall and loses the rifle immediately. Now, 3 versus 5. All bundled up in cave. Could get this kill on Wilson, or he could farm, and he does not. The crops are not here for him today. And now the MP9 in the hands of James Cotto will be saved to the following round. You would assume the other 2 players right now dancing. Everyone's dancing. Okay, wait, they're coming back.
A rifle, I believe.
Yeah, they're hunting. Nothing to be found, however. There it is. Jack does get the M4 for a second, and then Starly takes out 2.
Yeah, as soon as I saw them go towards mid, I knew that they wanted to try to grab that rifle. That's the best thing that they could do in this round is just get that rifle out and save it. So that way they could probably bust out an op in the next round just based on the money. But unfortunately, that's going to get ended soon by Starly, who's, like we said, leading the team by example, currently leading their team in kills, going 9 and 3. It's an ace, actually. I didn't even realize it was an ace. An ace in the grand finals for the IGL, the Booty Hunter.
Was a bit of a farm here, but can't take away the ace. Good shots going both ways. And once again, the strafe onto the wall. There was no way that was intentional. Leaving the flashbang, losing the M4, and then basically a trap. Bait set up, frags being found, and now 5-2. A gap starting to be formed here. Walling Wizards will have a bye. Let's see what they can do with it here.
Yeah, this is the only. This is the second, or I guess the 3rd round we're gonna see a full rifle buy out of the Walling Wizards. So the first time that they got those rifles into play, it was clearly their round win. They threw away a couple rifles to Wilson saving and T-spawn, but they were the dominant team. So I think they're gonna have to sort of reestablish that dominance on this gun round to keep themselves in this game.
Right now, it's a very passive setup, but aggression coming in from James Cotto, who is actually tucked behind the smoke, close right. Be interested to see if they cleared. Obviously, there was util drop down to prevent them from getting access here, so you would assume there's a player close. However, the angle is so deep that it's not something you can completely clear commonly. However, we do see players coming out from mid, and that Molotov, it's spreading. It's spreading, but it's not spreading far enough. He lives. That should give them full confidence here. This should be a kill for James as long as he stays posted. The shelf player could foil everything, but it doesn't. He gets a 1, going for the second, and Wilson does trade it back. So 1 kill found. Information given away, and we have another player doing a similar play through mid right now. SJT is in his own red smoke, looking like he can pop there at any time, and the CTs are fully biting. They're going for a take completely. 1 player shuffling back, and Jack is alone here. Killed through the face of the smoke, and the bomb is on the bomb side solo right now. Daniel H is dueling him, but the Molotov cooks him down. Starly with another kill to build up, now at double digits, 10 and 3 in round number 8, and the save once again on for the Walling Wizards.
Yeah, stuck in a hard place. Daniel H, he has the chance to drop the bomb and slow the round down in the CT's favor and try to give a chance or give something back, but can't finish the kill and then stuck in the Molotov and it just falls apart at the teams. So we're gonna see more losses in more loss bonus going towards the H4K. And getting some exit kills maybe is a good thing to try to keep the economy of the AP under control. Elbow picks up one, but is finished off quickly by SJT. And you do not want to let Xfinity live with this rifle. And Xfinity is going to take the fight, but SJT is on a heater, rips their head off, and that's just all the CTs cleaned up. No save in sight.
What a blinding shot coming through. The gun is gone. Once again, economy. In that terrible state, the Walling Wizards going to have to eat another save. And as I say that, they are investing. One player is down to 150 with James Coda. So it's a hero buy followed up by pistols here. Daniel H was also able to invest into an MP9. Has been staying alive a couple of these rounds. But definitely ragged to say the least. Tattered. Claws to work with. Wilson goes for the boost. Doesn't work out. Mid aggression from the Walling Wizards, and they do take mid as well. Close fight with James Coda, and one of the two SMGs is out of the round already. Looks like
yeah,
Walling Wizards. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Walling Wizards grouping up towards the B bomb site, and we're gonna be seeing mid control taken.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like James wanted to do something. I would rather him try to do something with his team behind him. Maybe a couple to push down, but it's not what we get here. The other SMG is still tucked in and wandering into this cave with exceeding control. But the SMG trades at least makes this round interesting.
Right now, 2 versus 4. They are out towards mid and they are running. Citron tries to run and gets spammed through the smoke by Kobe. Now with his second kill of the round, damage being done, however, from Daniel H. Once again on a 2K. Even in the save rounds, he does get his share of the kills. It looks like he's going to be going for this round. They're going to be buying into the following, so he decides to commit. He walks through the smoke. There's a player holding for him, and Kobe getting his third of the round takes him out. 7-2 here for AP.
Yeah, we're talking about setting the tone early and getting that momentum, and that's exactly what AP have found here in this first half of play. Up 7-2, they have very clearly, come out fighting. They're not, rolling over or letting any plays from H4K, turn into a round win. It felt like there's a couple of situations that could have gotten out of hand when maybe a trade comes back in favor of H4K, but AP just have the right response. They have the right decision in mind, and they just know what they're going to do next to perfectly find their way out of a round with a win.
Walling Wizards seem to have a play right now. They're going to be taking shelf control. They go for the duels early. James Coda gets one. Traded back by Wilson here, but the spam is coming through. And the shelf aggression is on. Wilson switches to the Tech 9. Starlight gets one through the smoke. Pushing through, and now mid control has been taken. This will be a duel coming in from Jack here. He does get one with the op, is able to fall back here. We'll be fighting once more. Let's see if he wins this duel towards Zona. That could be the entire round. Decides to fade away, and it looks like he will escape towards the A bomb site. Actually smoked off. Bomb. Not recovered yet. Still back towards spawn. That nade does a lot of damage now. Xfinity on 5 HP. The lone defender of the B bomb site, and he has 3 faces looking at him right now. Clock is ticking down. Smokes are coming through. No flash to be found right now, so he will have the duel advantage, but it doesn't matter because he is gone. Dior opens it up, and now retake coming in from the Walling Wizards. 2 versus 3. Gets one. Op. Contest. Jack should be looking to save at this point in time, and he will be. So we will be seeing the 8th round coming in. And off those 2 rounds, the Walling Wizards got back-to-back. They were dominant, but that's all they've gotten so far.
Yeah, they're like you said, they're dominant round wins. It felt pretty in their favor. They weren't really, giving up much control, but it just feels like now in the mid round of these last couple rounds, H4K they haven't really made the best decision. There was the one round a while back where they had the 2 players doubled long, and then the 3rd player was close towards short on B site. And I felt like that was the only round since then that we've had that they were really close and had a good read of the situation and were aware of what could be going on, what the plan from the T's could be. That round we saw, I did see Daniel H rotate off from sort of short, then towards like red, and then fell back into CT going into temple, and both of the other 2 CTs were completely out of the picture on that retake. They just couldn't do anything. There was nothing in that round that they could really get out of it. As soon as the only player left being, I believe it was Xfinity on 5 health, gets killed and there's nothing in that round. It's a 2v3. You're down a lot of rounds. You might want to go for it, but they're so far removed that they just don't have a chance in situations like that.
We've seen a lot of gamble stacks coming in for the Walling Wizards, and sometimes they gamble correctly and still lose these duels. However, that was an incorrect gamble that lost in that round. Once again, the health and weapon damage was not going their way. And we're going to be seeing, once again, AP is building right now. They wanted this T side, they're showing why they wanted it. 8-2 is the score line. Even taking a timeout after that round, I guess just to reset themselves, even maybe an ego timeout, you love those, just getting the Walling Wizards' heads a little bit more. The star players we pointed out before this matchup started are not shining very bright right now. Citron 4-9. And to go along with him, Daniel H is playing a little bit better, 8-7, but they're not present enough. They're not getting the frags they need. And here we go. A quick boost. All the damage being done. Both oppers already tagged down a little bit. Control was taken by the Walling Wizards. No contest was found. And look at this gamble stack. We've been talking about them, and they're already going to be putting 3 towards B. They've abandoned mid. See the gamble pays off for them right now as Don't Indicate has been taken. SGT just has a player not looking. James Coda's gone. He's going to get a second one. Going for his third. Doesn't get an Xfinity here. The super sub is on. Now, once again, solo defending the site. Something we've seen a lot. Dior takes his hat off, and the flank is even gone. Now, Citron with the op in hand in a 1 versus 4, trying to keep them off of round 9.
Yeah, they're going to have to concede round 9. Citron is going back for more. Tries to peek towards long, and it doesn't matter. Dior gets a nice little shot on him through the edge of that box, and they just... I don't really know what else to say. They just got wiped. There's really nothing that happened. They weren't really aware of how fast the cave players could be. SGT caught one in the back, and then fumbling with their nades. The 2 players towards square, they just didn't have a chance in that round.
Communication also a bit concerning here. One player being completely unaware that there was just a player with a gun to his back. We're going to be seeing an aggressive mid play coming through early here from AP. Actually, they're shifting towards A. So they're being thrown. There is a bit of a duel coming in. Daniel H makes the jump once again. It's immediately taken shelf. So that's information. Those are cops. That nade does damage. They should know. Rotation should be coming in at any second now. He cleared all of shelf. Why are these players on B still here, still doing a 2-2 split? He's going to be rotating over into cave, but now we're going to be seeing the Booty Hunters reset.
I do like the play up close. Jack and Citron boosting boosted Jack up with the MP9, and then Citron just playing close as well. I like that sort of security, and I don't mind Daniel H being here and Donut to hold the red cross and leaving 2 towards B. When the rush stopped and there was nothing coming through mid, I think they made the right read of assuming that they're not going to be going up A fast. The B players can stay put. They don't need to worry about, worry about a B hit or something. I mean, there was so much noise and presence, and finally it feels like an engagement. There was not a single kill, and it still feels like H4K finally got lucky, getting more damage onto the opponents than they took.
No advantage to be found as of now, and right, Wilson is on island by himself facing 2 players, and he's gone. The op, the point-and-click gun out of the round now, but the rest of the army is going towards the B bomb site. The same utility we've seen 1,000 times. However, it's worked consistently. Kobe going to be taking the duels up front, and actually gets drops. James gets 2. Sinity gets 1, and now Dior in mid, lurking 1 versus 4. Has gotten 1 kill. The information out. They know where he is. The bullets still connect, and we see the 3rd round to end the half going the way of the Walling Wizards.
Yeah, James Coda coming alive when they needed him most. Picking up 2 there is heroics, and just a nice little 3-piece at the end, but a huge string of rounds on the T side from the Booty Hunters. It is going to be a long road to recovery from the Walling Wizards, and it has to pretty much start on this next round. This pistol round is so important to them having any chance to pick up their map pick into Ancient. If they're not able to get this map pick, then it's gonna look bleak for them. They're gonna have to steal away Anubis from AP, who have looked dominant to say the least on it. And I mean, we looked at it before. AP have lost a collective 6 rounds on Anubis between the quarterfinals and the semifinals. So, this pistol is hugely important for the Walling Wizard.
And in Mark 12, all pistols are important, as we've discussed before. There just isn't the gap of rounds to work around, also the economic damage they can do. And right now, we're be seeing a quick wrap into the donut position coming in from the Walling Wizards here. One player here to defend on the side of AP, and that will be SJT, who is getting smoked off. So the bomb will go down. It will be a 5 versus 5 retake, a rare sight to be found. And look at this. Already all the control being taken from the Walling Wizards. They're not content with the bomb site. They cleared everything. They know no flank is on. So they know the bodies will be coming through CT. Will that information be enough, however? Right now, the duels are coming down. Early damage done to SJT. Still everyone alive. 10 players on the map right now breathing. SJT takes the first life. Xfinity gone. One player boosted up. It does work out. The surprise is there. The bomb is tapped. Starly's coming through. Dior gets one. It's an even duel so far, and now a 2 versus 3. Bomb still down in a precarious position. There is a kit to work with in the hands of Starly. He's going to go for the stick here. No one there to stop him, and the bodies are there. The clock is ticking down, and he doesn't get it. Walling Wizards survive the onslaught and can begin to build off of that.
Yeah, Citron, we talked about him a ton. He wasn't present at all during the first half. Just really wasn't finding any impact, and his impact is finally felt. He gets a 3-piece at the very end of this round, taking out the two bodyguards of Starly and Starly himself. And I mean, that is a boon for Walling Wizards. They need to try to make this round into many, many more.
Looks like they're going to go aggression towards B. The nades are coming through and they're doing a lot of damage, and there's a buy going on. And oh my god, already 2 players down. The trades are coming through, but the main advantage is for the Booty Hunters as well as the HP, and they're gone.
Wow.
10-4. Blink and you'll miss it. Now them AP retaking control of this map.
They walked right into the stack, and they just didn't get a single kill to lessen the pain. That is brutal. To lose a round like that is just really unfortunate.
That's
honestly, like, winning pistols are really important. I honestly think that losing the follow-up round might have much more impact, and it might more negatively affect your buys for the rest of the half, especially when you have so few rounds to work with.
The implications of this round are felt worldwide. Walling Wizards now, with the 5-9 they invest into this round, they don't have the rounds to give up anymore. Losing that had dire effects on their team. And right now, Wilson, same to flash himself through. Goes forward and gets his head taken off before anything can happen. James trades back, so the bomb site is theirs. They're going to be aggressively taking deeper control. Dior is there to contest. Gets one. Plant is in. Starly is low. Rotations are there. 4 players in CT spawn. They're going to be running up on him, and they're not ready. Caught mid-reload. Jack gets 2. SJT calms him down with the USPS, but a scout and an MP9 are all that is left, and that might not matter. As Kobe gets 1. That might be enough to work with. 2 MP9s down. Play the FAMAS being picked up. One of the greatest weapons the CT players can work with. That is a joke. SJT and Kobe work together to get 1, but Daniel H is on the quick flank. They have a smoke on the bomb and a kit, so we could be seeing a similar defuse. And right now, Daniel H taking his time, goes for the spam and gets it. And another kill, and Walling Wizards bounce right back.
Yeah, honestly, this is it makes me nervous how close H4K is playing these rounds. The force back is super strong there. That is a very good decision from them to try to come back into this round. They know they didn't keep the last round close, so they know that the economic advantage is not there for them, even though they did win pistol. But the Tech 9s make do. It's enough to get out. Jack getting a double kill towards long is, I think that's the real reason they ever had a chance in that round.
So they're being thrown on the ways, and right now, the Walling Wizards are eating the damage, but Jack does get the kill. 4 players still in mid. To the side of the Booty Hunters, and Starly gets 1 through the smoke while blind. However, trades are going both ways, and now the man's advantage in the hands of the Walling Wizards. Bomb, not in a precarious situation. It looks like they're still aiming to contest, which is interesting. They're going to spam the smoke. The CTs are waiting right around the corner. This could be a bad gamble, and right now, it's paying off for the CT side. 1 versus 1. Jack, 34 HP, has the better weapon. Starly's unaware of his position, but that molly pushes him down to 23. And it looks like Starly's gambling correctly. The Moss in hand, 100 HP to work with. Has Kevlar as well. The aim punch not going to be a problem. And if he just stays right here behind CT, behind the box, he should be put perfectly. And the timing is there, and he gets the kill. Jack, unfortunate situation for him. Low in HP, has to just fade away into the night, but gets tagged down and killed. And now 11-5, the Booty Hunters firmly in the lead again.
This is a really tough situation as H4K. Like that across the board with Daniel. when it comes to there's so many questionable decisions. I don't know why you're fighting. You have the bomb elbow, you can give up that space, and you can just leave it. Let them take the rifles, that's fine. You have the man advantage. It just really confuses me why H4K were so keen on fighting that when it didn't really matter.
Something of note to look at right now is that we have 3 of 5 players on the side of the Walling Wizards investing completely 2, deciding to hold up here. Daniel H still at 2,900. So a weird buy. Not really consistent. Not that it matters. It looks like him saving his money was the correct gamble, as it is now a 3 versus 5. The T spread all across the map. A bit of utility being tossed. Covey is posted for this aggressive peek coming in from Citron at any second right now, but the Tech 9 strong up close. He could go for the clear here. All down the timing. Cindy gets one towards mid, and Covey is gone. Citron takes him down. Now 3 versus 3. The bomb side is theirs to have. There's 2 places close. The spam does damage. A counter nade through. Hamas, once again, the center of attention here, but 3 rifles versus 2 MP9s and a Tech 9, and SJT holding mid still at this point gets the kill. Xfinity is gone. The lurk is out of the play. And the bomb still hasn't crossed his sight. As I say that, the timing does work out, but he's aggressing up. He's pushing. He's pushing with the bomb, realizes it, and falls back. Could have been a horrendous blunder. Let's see if the plan works out for them. That is money in their pockets. And even though this round might not go their way, they will have a little bit of money to stand in defense here. Wilson taking him out. Now, match point for the Booty Hunters.
This has not been close at all. I think H4K in a 3v3 on Tech 9s and scavenged weapons, I mean, they showed that they can do it before, and they did have a chance earlier on, but they just took too long. They left the bomb towards ruins, and James Coda had to go back and recover it before they could do anything, and that's what caused the third player to die towards mid. It caused, you know, a lot more damage and a lot more space to be taken by AP, and it pretty much shut them out of that round just by not keeping the bomb on their back.
Low buy for both teams here. So the Walling Wizards, not a comfortable one. Aggression towards A main. Control didn't be taken here. SJT just jiggling. Not going to do anything. Early smoke goes down. Correct pick from him, but look at all the control being taken from the Booty Hunters on the rest of the map. Shelf control is being worked right now. They might get a free kill with the player pushing through, and they do. Starly gets 1. Xfinity gambling through the smoke. Now they have full shelf control. They've also cleared mid as well. The only place they could be is towards A, but they're not gambling on the players yet. Want to get full confirmation here, and it looks like they might be going for an aggressive T-push, excuse me. SJT gets 1. Daniel H gone. One of the better players for the Walling Wizards in the ground right now. 12-5 is the scoreline. The bomb is planted. James Coda is tagged down low. Stays alive. The nades are working out right now as Jack is tagged down by Starly as well. Kobe flanking through. Doesn't need to be used at this point in time. And Citron now, the star player for the team, gets picked off in mid, and that is it. The Booty Hunters not falling here. 13-5. This is the map we said Walling Wizards looked like they had a good chance of winning, and it's not going to work out for them as they lose in a dominant fashion.
Yeah, that Citron being still on the B lurk is just so out of picture, so out of the picture. There is not really much they could have done there, and dominant is an easy word to use there. AP never let off the gas. It looked like early on they got the first 2, and then once they got the guns out, H4K immediately replied, and it was looking nice. And that was before AP went on a 7-round run on their T side, and unfortunately for them, H4K were not able to replicate it on their own, and yeah, they fall pretty easily. And that's gonna put us on Anubis, which, as we mentioned, that is AP's map. And not really anyone's been able to touch them on it.
It's a scary thought. It's a scary thought that you lose that dominantly on your map pick, and then you go into a map that AP is just showing dominance on here. Of course, both teams have won the map. They have not dropped it either way, but it's a difference in scoreline. And it looks like we'll be going into a short break here, and then continuing on, we will have Anubis' map too. Let's see if we can see a recovery on the side of the Walling Wizards. We'll be back in a short moment.
Save me from the side of myself. I cannot look away. About to crash into my face. Just another day on the shelf. Pull me from my silhouette. Years have been astray. Now a broken shell remains. I cannot embrace what I regret. Round and round, around I go. The spinning makes me ill. An image held inside the very world I build. Please help now, 'cause I can't even feel enough to know if I get out. I'm numb to the pain, but hollow without. Floating in a world of glass, I can imitate. Got a smile worth its weight. When the mirror breaks, will someone ask? Round and round, around I go. The spinning makes me ill. A hostage held inside the very world I build. Please help me now, 'cause I can't even feel enough to know if I get out. Will I allow another friend to try and help and fail on my account? I'm numb to the pain and hollow without.
All right, we're back in action on map 2. Falling Wizards versus the Booty Hunters. The Booty Hunters were spanking Welling Wizards booty on Ancient. Pretty dominant win. This is Booty Hunter's map pick. And it looks like as such, they're going to start off with 3 kills in their favor on the CT side.
The Kobe cam paying off right now, still alive. And as I say that, he's dropped down. Now Daniel H in a 1 versus 2. As we said before, the Booty Hunters actually getting onto the CT side here. SJT's going to aggress up. And Daniel H is going to get 1 now in a 1 versus 2. SJT here for the duel. Daniel H at 4 kills, go for the ace and doesn't connect the final shot. The Walling Wizards will get the first round. As I say that, I'm lying. I'm lying through my teeth. It's the Booty Hunters that'll get the round. So the dominance continues. SJT with 2 and round 1 going their way.
Yeah, I wasn't really confident in much going in favor of the Walling Wizards, and then Daniel H had quite the round recovery, bringing it back and getting 4, which... to most. But, I mean, the pistol round going in favor of AP, I mean, that's just kind of insult to injury. It just further kills any momentum or any chance of building momentum for H4K.
SJT smokes himself off to start the second round. The forces through. New York gets the opening. Stays alive, gets 2. Right now, it's an advantage going through. And Citron 1 versus 5. A minute 33 on the clock, and they are pushing through. He's with the AK. He's scaling back, holding an angle. Gets 1, but does not get a second. An AP, another dominant round with the rifles. 2-0 morale in shambles for the Walling Wizards.
It wasn't even a save. It was a full gun round, and they just got 1 by 1 taken out by Covey, or Dior, excuse me. I mean, it's just like, I'm already questioning there being a competition in this the second map. Seems like all of the like drive or chances that they could have in this are already going down the drain.
Early tactical timeout coming in from the Walling Wizards. A lot to be discussed or nothing to be said. Either way, a mental reset is required here. Now down 2 rounds and potentially the final map of their season here. As we said before, AP with a dominant start on Ancient, now going into their preferred map, up 2-0 on the CT side. So does that mean that both teams decided to start on T side on their preferred maps?
I believe so. I think it's
or are they a counter pick?
Both map teams started CT side on the opposing pick.
Okay.
No, even that's not right. No, because AP started T on the other team's pick, and they started CT on their pick. So it seems like both teams chose T for their own pick.
There we go. Elegantly worded here. SJT not elegant with the utility so far. Has almost dated himself, smoked himself off. I'm going for spams right now. It is a full pistol buy for the Walling Wizards. Big control being held here by SJT, as we have said. Ripping up towards canals. Looks like they're going to be working for a take here. E-Box isn't smoked, so Wilson could take these duels. It looks like they're holding the angle, and he will get the kill. SJT looking to get a follow-up here. Nothing connects right now. Smoke is down towards mid. Sees the player, takes their head. Continues to spam. Nothing to be found. The bomb is down far, far away, and Mekis looks to be just walking into the B bomb site. His head is gone too, and once again, the question of the morale of the team here as they go through and die 1 by 1, piece by piece. Looks like they're already boarding the flight to go home, even though they are home, but metaphorically, of course.
Yeah, and that's something I didn't even notice earlier on, but Mekis is the normal roster player for the Walling Wizards, so it seems that Xfinity was just there at the beginning of the beginning of this series to close, play map 1 for Mekis. So if there is ever a time when H4K can get back into this, it's going to be back the normal squad playing. They all know the plays that they're going to be going for. They know how each other are playing, and they're fully comfortable with each other. So if there's going to be a chance for them to recover, it has to be now. But Citron, all the way down from T steps, is going to shoot through the bridge window, and is going to drop Covey early on in this round.
Man advantage found for the Walling Wizards, something we have not said very often here, outside of the pistol not being relevant. And it looks like aggression coming through from the Booty Hunters. Want to recontest here. They're going to catch a player. Nade in hand, but they don't get the kill. However, 2 players are low. Mechas does follow up. You're getting 1 towards B. Jack, however, getting the kill mid. And the A bomb side is theirs for the taking. The rotations are coming through, and there's no players left in mid for the Walling Wizards. So the Booty Hunters do have a re-entry into it. You're pushing up right now, sees 1 player. Video H isn't paying attention. He catches the smoke, he catches the frag, gets a dink coming through. James Coda is low. Wilson still carrying towards mid, waiting for the smoke to fade before he decides if he's going to go for this round. They do have money to work with. This is AK-47. The headshots will work in the HP across the board for the Walling Wizards. In dire straits here. Smoke is fading. He does have a kit to work with, as well as 2 flashbangs. Right now, just going to keep his gun out. Lined up by the bang. Information found. Goes for the reload, and he will be taking this AK home with him.
Yeah, first gun round. Well, I guess second gun round if you want to count the second round as a gun round from H4K. But AKs come out and they're battered and bruised, but they come out with a round win, a response to the first 3 from the AP. The T side of Anubis is infamously very, very strong. So I think H4K at the least have put themselves into a position to be able to recover. They have their team back together. They have T side Anubis to work with. I'm still not super confident. Like them to at least scrap a couple together.
It's a nice way to get back into the round here, especially after how disinjected they looked previously, how spread out they were. Working as a team, getting the picks to go their way right now. The mid duel is always going to be a big story here on the map of Anubis. SJT gone, the op is out of play, and Jack, immediate man advantage coming away to the Walling Wizards here, and that's what they need to continue to build off of. James Cutter's going to be walking into gunfire and doesn't win. Starly, the IGL, once again leading by example, retains mid control. Bomb is still out there. Regroup is going on. It looks like Walling Wizards still favoring mid right now as they begin to shovel towards A. Starly, once again, the only player on this side of the map, a 3-man gamble here from the Booty Hunters on the B bomb site.
An equalization in the round going 4-4 is I think it's on this map especially going to be way more favorable to they need as much as they can get. A man advantage on this map doesn't mean a ton just because of the nature of the space that the team is given. So that being said, that space that AP could have had towards A is completely given up, and the T's have just wandered on and planted. Jack is the Starly. Oh, the jiggle is just too much, and Jack picks up their second in the round to probably make this another Walling Wizard.
Right now, AP is setting up like they're going to go for the retake here. Clearing out mid, getting that information now. Once again, the smoke towards camera, delaying the retake. Utility on the side of the Walling Wizards, there's not much left. There is one towards flashbang, but as I say that, they are going to fall away here. I guess they were seeing if there was any player that was going to walk into their crosshairs here, even up to 3 versus 3. It is not found. The Walling Wizards will be 1 round away from tying it up on their counter pick, or Booty Hunters pick.
Terrorists win.
For the Walling Wizards to feel really comfortable, I think they need to win this half. I think a 6-6 half is going to still be favorable towards AP. Even though 3 of the 6 rounds they make sure it's an E half have already been achieved in the first 3 rounds of the game. I still think it speaks sort of volumes in the presence that AP has if they are able to maintain that going into the rest of this half. Mirage in our crosshairs.
I think that's what everyone hopes. If it's like most best of 3s, we're going to see 2 dominant maps and then a contested one. That's how you want it. That's how we all hope for the finals to play out here. We had a similar situation in Premier, but 2 blowouts and then an OT win. Hopefully we'll see something similar here, but right now that is a long way away. Still in the first half, few rounds into it, of map 2. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a very calm default coming in from the Walling Wizards.
There's not any presence towards the A site or and there are 3 T with the bomb.
Bomb is there, but the players for AP are towards the B bomb site, and the fake is on. James gets one, and he falls away. And that's going to pull rotations. Now the nearest player being in mid, that's Starly, who's basically had to defend this entire half of the map by themselves, and it looks like it'll be the same situation once again. But as I say that, we're still going to be taking the B fake all the way through. The players rotated back through and went 1 for 1, so there's no rotations. They don't even know. The bomb goes down undetected, and sure, S13 falls, but the round looking like it's going to go the way of the Walling Wizards. Daniel H here is posted. Starly's walking into it. Lost his duel previously. Let's see what he can do here this time. Nothing. The same falls once again. History repeats itself. Daniel H gets 1. The smoke towards camera fades, and they're going to be going for this, but a follow-up Molotov with an HE. Wilson burns to death. Op is gone, and SJT running away.
SGT is going to be able to recover another op because AP early on in this game busted out a double op. So we're still going to have one in the picture if they want to go back to Wilson or if they're going to leave. It's still an option for the booty. But we talked about H4K getting back into this game, and they respond with 3 right back. The guns come out, and the rounds start going in their favor. We saw the same thing happen on Ancient. The streak going and at least keep this competitive.
The hero op in play. AP saving around it. We're going to be seeing a couple pistol upgrades, a little utility on their belts. Mid control once again being contested early here from the Walling Wizards. A nice utility setup, and as you said, Mech is back in play. Here was absent from map 1. Is here. SJT with that op wins the fight. No E-box smoke down. Interesting choice here for the Walling Wizards, but off of that body, they begin to take mid control here. And look at the aggression. The CTs are pushing through A right now. That leaves only 1 player here to defend. It's going to be Kobe. And the camera position could get smoked off. The wrap could be on, and actually it's going to be smoked the opposite way, only with a P250 in hand. So he could be set up here. Starly gets one on the flank. Mechas and Jack trade back. Wilson also gets another one, but the bomb. Wait, the bomb's down. They have the bomb. The Bounty Hunters have the bomb. It is in their hands. SJT gets another one. The hero op is working out right now currently with 2 kills. Wilson with another one, and now James Coda has to walk into the crosshairs of 2 weapons that only need 1 shot to drop. Takes away. Dior in the corner gets him, and as everything looks great for the Walling Wizards, a little BM teammate coming through that gets you banned in Valorant, but here it's quite all right. Booty Hunters now up 4-3.
Yeah, what a response. I almost said something of last time the AP had like just a full pistol round. It was no contest on that second round. They were just on a couple 5.7s and some and like an SMG, and that round went completely in their favor. And the same thing happens here. Sure, Mechas and Jack find some equalizers, but it does not matter just because they lost the bomb, and the 2 people that won their gunfight, the 1 person that won their gunfight was the 2 people going towards A from mid. No bomb, nothing on their backs to really account for. The double op was recovered for Wilson and SJT. And we do see an op getting bought up for the Walling Wizards, which is going to put Citron on it.
Citron absent from the first map. Had 1 round to go their way early in the pistol, but after that, silent once again. And now the entire side of the Walling Wizards a little quiet. Even kills spread out across the map, though, on both teams, so nothing to be worried about here. Dior currently playing around the smoke. James Coda looking like he's going to go for a challenge at any moment. Clock ticking down. It could be a battle of timing. The Canals player could also swing at any moment, but James is going to walk his crosshair and gets dropped. Dior aggressing off of it's going to be flashing back through towards the B bomb site. He does have a player helping him to Kobe deep in CT, and Dior gets another one. Canals is being taken. SJT gets 1. Kobe gets 1, and now Citron 1 versus 5. Does have the most expensive weapon from the team here, but he misses a shot, and he's gone as well. And now 5-3 is the scoreline, and the Booty Hunters looking to continue the dominance they had on map 1.
Yeah, this is the thing I was worried about. It's starting to slip out of their hands. Daniel H and Jack. Didn't get a single kill. The economy is starting to build for the Booty Hunter.
That it is, and it's a rare sight here on the CT side. Walling Wizards are going to begin to build that loss bonus, though, so they will get a bite into the following round here. It's just on the pistols. Right now, posted up outside mid, waiting for the utility to come through. It will be utilized. SJT is going to go back to his current position. He's been posted up here the following 2 rounds, the previous 2. He does have a little bit of assist here, however. He's not alone, and that smoke will block out his vision, so he does fade away, and it's going to be a 5-man push through the mid. Smoke down towards camera. SJT is going to be sitting here. They're going to be flashing and pushing through their own smoke onto the A bomb site. Starly's posted, and Kobe and him are having a feeding frenzy. And an interesting play to come through from the side of the Walling Wizards doesn't pay off, and now Booty Hunters doubling the scoreline.
3 one direction and 3 back the other. It has just been trading a trio of rounds so far in this game. And what I said earlier about Booty Hunters being able to get at least 6 rounds, they got their 6. And they're in a prime position just with their economy to squeak out with at least 1 more. They have at least 2 more buys after this round in their favor, and that would put them for the last 3 rounds of this game. They have this round, and the next 2, they can get a buy comfortably. Maybe not ops, but still, they can comfortably get buys. And early presence towards mid. It just seems like this default from Walling Wizards hasn't changed. They're just doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not working at all. Maybe they're putting different people into different positions, but overall, it is just not working. This round, they are putting 2 into this towards this E-box, and they're going to catch a mean timing. Walking through the smoke, Daniel H catches Kobe off guard, but SJT on the op from Temple is here to keep this round in contention.
There gets 1, only gets 1, however, and right now the main advantage is firmly in the hands of the Walling Wizards. Wilson, quick on the flank. Starly has had some amazing rounds right now. Is in the C2 position with Molotov. Does come through, however, so he's able to aggress up, and Wilson getting 1, but it's traded off immediately. They know where the last player is, and Starly, smoke going down towards E-box position, and damage being done through the smoke. He might get 1, but not even that'll be found. Walling Wizards do bounce back here, getting the main advantage early and then building off of it. We saw a bit of a pace change with aggression in towards E-box here. 2 players going through the smoke instead of just 1, and it works out for them.
Yeah, this just sort of walking in and dying. And they do make an adjustment, and they realize E-box has caused them a lot of trouble, and they decided to treat it differently, going from, you know, having 1 person sort of hold it and try to contest it, to just throwing 2 people at it. They walk through the smoke and catch Kobe on a timing. Use the round win.
A bit of a change that we saw from previously in this map is SJT, when he picks up the AWP, he plays a way more passive setup. Once again, the double op is in effect. Money's still in a good state here for the Booty Hunters. But he plays way more passive back. He does have the assist from the camera angle, but it allows the players on Walling Wizards to just walk up. Daniel H was able to make the cross, so Wilson won't catch him right now. And depending all on the way that this plays out here, he could get caught off here. Wilson still posted, but as we said, the mid control is beginning to be worked. There's only 1 player here in SJT posted deep, so he's going to get those fights, and depending on the timing, he could get a very aggressive peek with SMGs or rifles. All depends on his reaction time, and it's not going to pay off for him. He does do damage, but he doesn't get the kill, and Jack now has full mid control. Starly, once again, on an island, has to defend all of mid in the A bomb site by themselves. A little bit of a lean coming in for Wilson, but once again, like, A is open. A has 1 defender. It'll be a 1v5 on the A bomb site. A bit of a change up we do see, though, is the Booty Hunters are beginning to rotate. Usually they'd stay posted here, but now they are coming over, and we will see a duel on the A bomb site. Daniel H able to walk out. Kobe gets 1 on the flank. Dior is posted deep, and the take is on. The utility is whiffed. A smoke is down. Actually coming the bomb flank. James gonna walk into his team's Molotov. Does damage. Doesn't get any kills. Can't see around the flames, but keeps his life in the end. Wilson still on the op, the other op out of play here, so we don't have to worry about the double op situation on the retake. Not favorable. Mekis drops flashbang towards camera. The retake is on, the smoke is fading, and now is the time for action. Starly looks into the face person. First person to face. Mekis gets 1. Daniel H gets 1 as well. The trades are going their way. Now 4 versus 2. Damage is being done by Kobe. He does get 1, but Mekis trades back, and Kobe now 1 versus 3 with the clock ticking down. Has to save. It looks like he'll be unable to pick up an op either. So we're going to be seeing another round for Walling Wizards.
So the storyline was just sort of grabbing a trio of rounds one way and then back the other, and that pattern continues. With how the buy is gone, Dior can drop an op over to Wilson or SJT and drop the rifle himself. He does. Being led up by AP. They're still trying to fight for these rounds to keep it competitive, and I would say being able to at least go 6-6 on a CT side of Anubis, more than respectable. This round could be really pivotal in the second half of this map.
Kobe wins the first duel. James is gone already. Man advantage going their way. Good start here for AP. That's what you like to see. And they're also keeping mid aggression. But look at this, the A bomb site. There's not a person to be found. They've abandoned the CTs, left it home for the taking. And it looks like the Walling Wizards will be setting up shop here. The bomb will be going down promptly. This is the last player to fall through now, so there will be time for the players and Booty Hunters to rotate through. And the plan is on. One player playing in the smoke right now. The CT is still not posted, but a flank is coming through quickly. So we do have a higher chance here. These are better odds than we've seen in the previous rounds of the A take. Bodies are up. Citron takes one down, and Dior gone as well. Wilson trades back, but Jack with the frag. And now 3 versus 3. Make it 3 versus 2. As Citron begins to cook, comes alive. Wilson fighting back still. Starly is on the bomb site, gets one, going for 2. The smoke is down. The stick, come on. He's not covered by the smoke, but is covered by Cake. Wilson not ready to help, and Daniel H gets both of them. The smoke coming through and obscuring his vision. He misses the smoke and then misses the chance to get the trade. Daniel H gets the kill, and we're all tied up.
Yeah, a very even scoreline. The scoreboard doesn't look as even. That 1v2 at the very end there to at least put 6 up on the board going onto their own CT side of Anubis. We are. This is, I mean, I hate to say it, but this is really do or die for Walling Wizards. If they lose this pistol on CT side Anubis, it is going to be a rough half going forward. They need to get themselves on the board here and kind of keep the train going. They recovered a lot in the first half. You know, they went down 3, picked up 3, lost 3, picked up 3, just trading rounds back and forth. But it looks like they're going for a heavy canals take. And Mekis is the only one on this A-bomb site to put any defense up.
Surely not. Surely not. A repeat of history is coming through. Both teams not caring about the A site. The second, the least favorable of the 2 children, but the flank immediately coming through. It's interesting to see Booty Hunters be aware of it. 4 players coming through A main right now. Citron gets the first and the second. The duel is coming his way. 2 guns, 2 kills. Making a third, going for his 4th right now. The main advantage firmly in the hands of the Walling Wizards. We see a 360 in the dualies, get all the frags. Dior running for his life right now, posted up. The defuse is coming through. He'll be dropped any moment now. The swing is on, and he is gone. And an aggressive flank coming through in the Walling Wizards, taking the lead for the first time in a long time this series.
Yeah, this would be the first time they had the lead the entire series. They equalized really early on their CT side, getting 2 back. We're here at 6-6, and they pick up the pistol round on their CT side. Huge requirement for this half to even be possible, in my opinion. And they pick it up. That's exactly what they needed to get in their favor, and they do so pretty dominantly as well.
That's a good pitch coming through. The MAC-10s are in play here. The Villa gets 1, but not a second, and 2 players going to be gone for the Walling Wizards. The main advantage in the hands of the Booty Hunters as they keep the aggression on. 1 player in A main is going to be rotating through. That is going to be Mekis here. Posted up with an AP9. Wastes the Molotov. Is going to get the flank coming through. 2 players pushing through his own smoke, and he is down. Dink is through. Kill is not. Daniel H. Now, on the rotate, gets dropped by his own teammate's weapon. Wilson gets 1. Starlight gets a 2nd, and we're tied up again in a dominant fashion here for the Booty Hunters.
This is not following the same pattern we saw on the previous half. We now know that we don't have to go 3 in a row for either team for a score to change. So very fast mid presence from AP. That round was definitely a pace setter. I don't think that H4K was expecting the 2 MAC-10s to just bum up mid and especially win out the trades there. And that puts them on the back foot. Yet again, they get the pistol and lose that 2nd round on their own CT side. Citron, though, is still popping heads on this map. Him and Daniel H are the 2 leading their team, and it wasn't enough to get 6 on the board. They're going to need to get support here. James Coda on the control. Tries to find 1. He's getting sprayed down by these MAC-10s, getting pestered. Starly goes up forward and drops a bomb in a wild headshot. Wilson gets taken out as well. And it puts Covey in a 1v4 on a Glock and a MAC-10, but it will not go his way. Citron, another kill on the Deagle. and a response back immediately. The Walling Wizards take the lead back 8-7.
James Cota finally seems to be agreeing with the server now. I guess that lag has faded away. On his head, he gets that kill. We do love to see that here. The deagle inaccuracy somehow works out for him at the end of the day. And we're seeing bad buys for both teams, to be honest with you. SJT down to a Desert Eagle. The rest of the team on AKs. On the other side, we see the XM. Khalil brought in from the following round 2 rifles and a MAC-10. So interesting comps for sure. It's going to be a very quiet start to the round, a more basic default. Once again, we see the solo player towards the A bomb site. There are 2 players good for the Walling Wizards here, so not nearly on as big of an island as we saw Starly in the first half.
Pretty mixed buy on the side of Walling Wizards, even after getting a round win that way. Not a ton of money still being built up yet. 2K on 3 of the members of the CT side, but it's not enough to speak of having a lasting impact just yet. They need to pick up at least 1 more here, pretty dominantly keeping a couple players alive for it to have a lot of meaning. We are seeing just an early trade of utility, and it so far hasn't done a whole lot. The jump from Covey made some noise, and at first you would think that that's a good thing. It's going to pull rotates, but the bomb itself is running over to this B site, so they know that there's at least 1 player over here. The utility coming in from the A players, they think that this was just a lurker that gave away their presence, and it actually is going to be the bomb. SJT, Covey, the whole crew is over here trying to make this happen. Mekis is going to stop that A push from Starly, but Covey is going to get killed by James Cota on that XM. Dior trades out and gets traded himself. Daniel H responds back with the A1S. Now it's SJT on the XM. He gets the 1 and done. Jack goes down and Citra goes down to Wilson. It's now a 1v2 from this Canals position. Wilson on low HP, but the kit is going to be enough to guarantee this round here, and he gets sprayed down through that Molotov. Mech is going to pick up 2 in the round, and it's another round win for the Walling Wizards. Put them up to 9-7.
You see the tactical timeout coming in here for the Booty Hunters. Their second one of this map. Looking for a reset here. Money not in a great spot. Looking like they're going to be eating a half bomb. Really, the following round will be the most interesting one here. Now 9-7. Walling Wizards potentially getting their 10th round of this map.
Gonna be forced onto pistols from the Booty Hunters, but I'm not really worried because if they have any pace or any aggression like they did the first time they were on a bad buy, it could result in a round win. But they're just sort of fighting behind the smoke and not finding much presence in response. Yeah, they burned a little bit of utility, but they also burned all of theirs. They have nothing left. Only can make some contact plays now. Starly on the Tech 9 going towards the B site. Dior or Covey and SJT still hanging out, but SJT's Deagle does ring out. Is going to pick up at least 1 in this round to put the Booty Hunters on the board on this T side round.
3 versus 4. Booty Hunters, really the only thing they were able to catch in this round was shrapnel from the mid nades. 2 players down low. Covey, 100 HP, has shown some burst of skill here with the Desert Eagle that nade. If anything, just going to give a little bit of information away. Daniel H is close posted. Citron gets Wilson, who is lurking through mid, and now the last 2 players on the side of the Booty Hunters grouped up behind the smoke. They're going to push through. Tech 9s are out. Daniel H's bullets are flying. He gets 2 here. Now the 10th round being obtained from the Walling Wizards.
This is starting to raise some flags, some red flags for the Booty Hunters, because this is starting to show that maybe they're quarterfinals, where the Walling Wizards lost pretty badly on their opening map, which was their pick. They go to Anubis, which is supposedly the other team's crazy good pick that they don't lose on, and they're making something out of it. I was wanted to believe in the H4K storyline going in this game. Didn't give much to show for, but they're showing for it now.
They are. Daniel H and Wilson trading kills both ways right now. 4 versus 4 as we get this round underway. A minute 30 on the clock. Jack still posted towards mid. Everything's quiet down now. The bomb posted there as well. Right now we're going to be seeing the Walling Wizards regroup towards the B bomb site. The solo A defender is going to be shifting back towards heaven. So a very passive setup as Jack looks to be the lead instigator here. Going to be peeking towards canals. Nothing to be found right now, but the timing might not go his way. The smoke begins to fade, and if he doesn't get back fast enough, he could lose his life as he's able to shuffle away. Does get back behind the doors, and right as that happens, the push is on from the Booty Hunters. Looks like they're going to be getting ready to contest here. Flashbang through. Toms are coming through. A spam as well, they know, and the players on the side of the Walling Wizards way more proactive as we see on their CT side versus the Booty Hunters. Flashbang through, and a challenge is being found. No damage, no kills to be found. Damage is done. Flashbang in towards camera. It looks like the A play is in effect right now. Jack falling away, is blind, but retains vision. Fast enough to get one, gets traded away immediately. Wilson eats a nade, but finds a frag in its place. And now the bomb site with a solo defender, and he's gone as well. And now James Coda, 1 versus 3. Bomb is planted. It does look like he's going to take a peek here. But this should be a round for Booty Hunters as they begin to recover, establish some sort of a T side.
It looks like James Coda, I thought he would just save here, but he's going for it. He's putting himself in danger of that op peak, and Wilson shuts it down. 3K in the round from him, Covey picking up the other 2, combining for an 8th round for the Booty Hunters. 2 behind the Walling Wizards here, and the money is going to start running out for the Walling Wizards very, very shortly.
10 to 8 is the scoreline. As you said, the CT side is a cruel mistress when it comes to the economy. And already, money down for the side of the Walling Wizards here. Losing this could be sacrificing all the way up to the 10th round. We could be seeing a tied game. But that's a long way away right now. Dior, Molotov towards mid. Standard utility. He's going to disperse the smoke from the CT side. Get information. No kills to be found. But right now, it looks like the Booty Hunters are going to be going for a quick A play, grouping up right now in the canals position. No smoke towards E-Box, but Starly begins the aggression. Mac 10 out, Molotov through. A counter volley is in play, and as they say that, a smoke is dropped as well, so that'll cancel it. And now we shift back towards mid. Still peeking towards E-Box. Nothing to be found here. Walling Wizards not sacrificing any players early. Starly looks to be like the face of aggression once again. That Mac 10 will be leading the charge. The clock begins to tick down. A little over a minute to work with. One player the back side of B, currently supported around the pillar. Mekis takes out SJT, and as I say, the Walling Wizards looking like they might aggress towards A main. Never mind, pick up the AK and fade away. James Coda gets the information, draws a flashbang down, does have the XM in hand. We know how these shotguns work in CS2. They're a different set of beasts. James holding up right now. Daniel gets 1, James gets 2, and Wilson now 1 versus 5 with 45 seconds on the clock. The Walling Wizards look to recover, and now building towards 11.
I almost said at the beginning of this round that it looked like a repeat of the semifinals the semifinals was happening, where it is Citron to get anything done in order to win the round or win the game for H4K. But we do at least see James Coda and Mekis do the heavy lifting, picking up 3 of the 5 kills in that round. James reaching double-digit kills and getting up there and trying to make something happen. That is an 11th in favor of the Walling Wizards, and the money is not there for the Booty Hunters. Here, they have to make the decision if they want to try to force down and they want to...
Here we go.
Yeah.
We see something.
Yeah, seeing that highlight reel. I mean, James Coda has had some pretty impactful kills on that XM. I mean, that's what he's best known for, and no question that he's gonna do that in the grand.
Citron has picked up the op, and we see another tactical timeout come through. Was the first one called by them as well?
Yes, it was. They burned their last 2 on this.
All right, little team bonding experience. All looking at Wilson right now. Being a little motivated here. getting the opening duels, getting the rounds to go their way, and now 11-8 is the score line once again. Oh my, we have another tactical time. More time to fill here. All right, let's do that thing. Kills, man. Let's look at kills and ADR. Daniel H, 18 and 10, 77. Citron, 16 and 13 with 80, has this op in his hand.
Say is just that H4K have at least woken up, and we're seeing a competitive game, a competitive series, which is exactly what we all wanted to see in Elite. We talked about it before. I am going to explode. They have had four attack timeouts called during this pause. I don't know. They would just call a tech if they had to pee. I don't know what's taking. I don't know why they're calling back-to-back timeouts on both sides. Close game, but we're finally getting into it. Finally back in action.
Full investment coming in for the booty hunters. Miss Molotov, so that's going to be perfect for them as they aggress through. One player close posted with the MVP. It's going to be Citron here. Kobe takes out Mecha. Sisters gets one more. Rotations are coming through. He keeps his life alive. He's able to get one more kill to be paramount for the team, but he gets nothing. Now 2 kills going away. The booty hunters. 2 versus 2. Bomb can be planted currently down. The Molotov actually making it unable to recover. Wilson now has a chance to do that. Smoke behind. It really could be a timing play for Jack as Daniel H gets 1. Now Wilson 1 versus 2. Goes for the shots, doesn't connect them. The cursor is on screen, and Jack's head is being taken out by Wilson. Now 1 versus 1. Daniel H is posted, and he doesn't get the kill. Walling Wizards now at 12 rounds, looking like they could take this map home.
Yeah, no bomb plan either, so that money is cooked for the booty hunters. They just have nothing in the bank to try to. And yeah, it's gonna spell disaster for AP here on Anubis. We might be seeing Mirage here after just one more round.
That might be the case, but we have to get there. And right now, 12-8, as you said, the score line, and a similar buy. Almost a copy of what the Booty Hunters had in the previous round. Molotov down towards the doors, flashbang coming through. They are grouped up. The bomb is sitting outside of B by itself, so even mid control is taken. That is not the end game here. A passive smoke drop from the side of the Walling Wizards, so they do not want to worry about this aggression right now. James Cota goes up in front of it, gets one SJT down, and the trade is through by Starly. They fall away. The bomb still outside the B bomb site. Look at the rotations coming through. There's only one player on B, but okay, so they're fading away. The bomb is still there. H could get caught out, and Dior gets him upgrades to the M4, and once again they are shifting away. The bomb in a precarious place, but it doesn't seem to matter. And right now it's going to be a duel at A main. Gun being shifted over. Dior on low HP, but still keeping it. I'm assuming it was a call from his teammate Starly close in the smoke here. On the other side of it, Mekis had a bit of an up and down game right now, but it's his time to shine coming in for the second map. Let's see if he's warmed up, ready to go, and he is, gets one, going for a second, doesn't get it right now, but damage is being done, and the trade doesn't go his way. 3 versus 2, but the damage advantage for the Walling Wizards right now. HP is in their favor, and the flank is on. It's all down to timing here. Jack posted up, is spotted, but gets information his way, hits one, going for a second, and connects with it. Kobe, 1 versus 1. Bomb is recovered. Jack did all he could there, and it's down to Citron. He's gonna be walking through mid. Kobe makes a bit of a sound cue.
No time for this. There's
12
no time
seconds.
for this.
The clock's ticking down. If he gets on the site, he could get up the plan, but the cutoff is here. Citron is posted for this. He heard the footsteps, and it's gonna be wait. He lets him plant. He goes for the kill now, and he gets it. 13-8. We are going to Mirage.
Yeah, we're seeing a map 3. Walling Wizards talked a little bit about how they were struggling and they needed to find their way, find their footing, get back into this series, and that is exactly what they do. Find a win here on Anubis, taking the opponent's map pick. This is smelling like quarterfinals all over again, where they are finding their way onto map 3 after that crucial Anubis map win. This time, we're going to go find ourselves on Mirage. I think we're going to cut to a little break here shortly, but this is a fantastic series. We're seeing a map 3, which is, I think, everything you could ever ask for in a grand final. But yeah, we'll be there very, very shortly. we're already back with map 3 Mirage, a 3-map affair for this grand final in Elite Season 13. We're already getting started on this pistol round. We have the Walling Wizards on the CT side taking on this B exec, this B rush from the Booty Hunters. The pistol kills are going back and forth early on. The man advantage is not quickly defined because they don't clear Mechas on boost. He stops the bomb plant and gets a second and a third before being dealt with. Dior left with the dualies and a dream, but no dream can be found as Walling Wizards, they're going to strike and pick up this pistol round of the 3rd map.
The timing on that boost to get it off before the Booty Hunters even got to the bomb site is something phenomenal. Not cleared, and that's a that's a hey bro boost me situation that just never pays off, but when it does, it's beautiful. Not a single crosshair in that area of the bomb site, and now 1-0. The Walling Wizards continue where they left off on Anubis.
Yeah, this is going to be really the test of time. Is just gonna go back to Mirage, the Counter-Strike map, and I think this is where sort of the aim duels are gonna be seen as the most impactful. You saw both Daniel H and Citron having a ton of impact on their CT side, really kind of leading, or on their T side, leading the team's way, and Jack and James Coda kind of woke up a little bit as well, and Mech is getting off to a good start on this map. And it's gonna go back to the Booty Hunters. They've all been really consistent with each other in skill and rating across the season. So we're gonna have to see if that's gonna have impact on this 3rd map.
Jack gonna be testing towards mid, gets dinked by I believe his teammate from Cat right now. Information given away, and SJT works off of it. Does get the kill. The scout shot is missed. Citron already on 1 for the round. James Coda picks up where he left off. Now at the 2K. 2 versus 4. Kobe gets 1 with the deagle, but both players are low. The bomb is recoverable and should be picked up promptly. Actually, it's not recoverable.
The bomb is
under
not.
window. It's under window. Never mind. It all sort of blends in here, and it looks like we're seeing the Booty Hunter try to blend into the A bomb site. Going to be going for the non-plant strategy here on the T side. James Coda takes out Kobe here, gets his head taken off. Wilson right around the corner, and Mechas not having to fire a shot. Citron gets his 2nd kill in the round. And 2-0 for the Walling Wizards. The force buy not paying off for the Booty Hunters, who are now on a save.
It's going to be a good start early for the Walling Wizards. Sort of the start that you're going to want to see. You're going to want to get around, get the lead early on your CT side. You want to make that statement early. They've done so. Picked up the first 2, and because it was a force on the Booty Hunters, they're opting full save into this round. No bomb plant for either of the first 2 rounds. It sort of puts them down automatically down to 0-3. Unless the deagle of Dior or Kobe are gonna get loud.
2-0 is the score line. There are 2 deagles in play here, and Citron's gonna be challenging mid with a USPS, switching to the scout now and gets the headshot. Going for a second one. Does not connect. Kobe, however, is on 4 HP. Flash coming through. James going to be swinging. It's going to be a double swing towards the mid right now. Spam through the smoke, not connecting. Bomb is also out there in the corner of mid. It is in a precarious spot. A little bit of a gamble play. Looking like it was going to come through from Wilson. Decides second of it. Kills going the way. Oh, good.
No, I just wanted to point out, you wouldn't even think that this was like a buy round for the Walling Wizards, because Daniel and Jack both got 5.7s. And they only actually had 2 full guns and a scout in this round, and one of those guns is now on the floor.
The assumption being that we're going to be seeing a full safe from the Booty Hunters, not having to worry about the armor, so default towards the pistols. It was a correct gamble. We did see 1 go down, but it is recovered, and now 3-0 is the scoreline. The Booty Hunters getting their first real buy of this map.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't. I don't think they actually got that gun. I think the only one that got out of the round with a gun was Mechas. I don't think they got the one from Cat. Which is just, I don't know. It's just sort of interesting to me that they're gonna just go with a 5.7 buy instead of just buying like SMGs or something. But maybe the strategy here is that they don't have to throw away an SMG or play with an SMG this round, so they can guarantee getting a rifle, which I guess if it works out, it works out, but that would be a really, really rough round to have to play out if you did not win it, so.
Mid control. Being taken, the bomb all the way up in chair. There is a player underpass. Looks like Jack is going to be going aggressive here and swings through mid and gets taken down by Starly on the flank. Man advantage going the way of the Booty Hunters to start. They have yet to find a round on the board right now. The numerical advantage will be paying off for them. Early molly into ladder, smoke down towards catwalk. That nade does a chunk of damage. Doesn't fully connect here. We're going to be seeing Citron rotate into the CT position here. So mid is being given away by the Walling Wizards. They are conceding it. Starly still working around, putting chess pieces in place, and Citron once again with the scout getting another headshot, looking to build off of it, is now posted towards Khan, fires another shot. It's the kill. Starly is down the IGL. Now calling from the graveyard. We do have Wilson here on an AWP, the better of the two scoped rifles. Right now, Citron firing at all cylinders. Getting two in the round, looking for his third. Dior posted up in stairs, closed off. Kobe is going to be flanking through, but the sound cue can come at any second. Wilson is gone. Off is out of play. Daniel H here, posted up behind firebox, goes uncleared and goes for one. Dior gets one as well, but Citron, a 3K, keeping the scout in play, and now upgrades to the AWP.
Yeah, not a penny spent to get that op, but that scout work is beautiful from him. Picked off the head of one player early round, and then he's gonna finish off two other players who were already weak enough to just a body shot from that scout. Some beautiful stuff, and a 4-round lead, 4-0. The Walling Wizards are shutting out AP early on. The Booty Hunters have yet to really have any responses. Couple maybe deagle kills, maybe 1 or 2 kills in every single round, but nothing more than that. Right now, they're struggling to find their footing here on this early T side.
4-0. Dominance from the Walling Wizards here. Dominance from Citron coming alive on the server. It's been a hit or miss series right now, but when he shows up strong. And right now, map 3, the deciding map of the finals here for Elite. And this is when he comes alive. You'll take it every day of the week. Early top mid smoke coming through, but 5 players going towards B right now. They're going for a silent contact play. It looks like one smoke to work with. Dior gonna be the lead utility man in this round here. SJT is gonna be prodding, but Citron's posted with the optimal top, obscuring vision, but the shot comes through and he hits the player behind him, as well as getting one, and Starry gets the trade back, and they're pushing through. Their HP is low, but they have the bomb site to work with, and James is blind, and he is gone. Man advantage going their way. The bomb will go down. There's a trade coming through. Daniel H recovers a little bit, but as I say that, Wilson gets one. Daniel H getting another one through the smoke. 2 versus 2. The bomb's not gone down yet. Shots are being fired. Information is being found, and Daniel going aggressive once again. He's going to be pushing up behind the smoke. Booty Hunter's not going to be aware of this right now. And Wilson gets killed. Both players get dropped simultaneously, and now 5-0 is the scoreline.
I did not think that that round was going to be recoverable by the Walling Wizards. I thought that they sort of gotten shut out. The 2 kills go after Citron gets the opener on the op. The rest of the kills just fall in favor of the Booty Hunter. But Daniel H on some heroics, 4 in this round, or 3, excuse me. He was able to secure the round for the team. I'm surprised by the AP. Just, it feels like when they're getting in these situations, they're not focusing on getting the bomb down. It happened a little bit towards the end of Anubis, but they're getting way too ahead of themselves on trying to find the kills rather than just securing the objective.
Early big shot coming through once again. It's a more standard default. The kills are going their way right now, so Booty Hunters with the main advantage here. 4 versus 3, and Daniel H is only half the man that he was when the round started. Citron AWP in play. We've seen amazing things with the scout. Not so much in the big bro weapon, but now is the time of anything. Gets that 1 kill again outside of mid. Posted up once again on ticket booth, and he's not leaving. He's staying on top of there. A turret in play. And 3 faces coming his way. The smoke towards CT. The flashbang does connect. He does go for the shot. Doesn't connect right now. So the A bomb site has been taken by the Booty Hunters. Rotation's coming through quickly. The bomb is down. 3 kids to work with. So time is not a problem. The tag. Dior gets off the plant because of the tag. As I say that, the bomb does go down. Excuse me, James trading back. Now a 2 versus 3. 1 player towards stairs. But the T's are getting tagged down 1 by 1. And Kobe 1 versus 3. Fires some shots. Information is given. And then he's dropped as well by James. 6-0. And these rounds are starting to look dominant for the side of the Walling Wizards.
I feel so, it's so early to speak about the man advantage every single round. I feel like it just makes sense. Okay, we're gonna get, okay, opening round, the fights go in favor of AP and they have the man advantage, but they've proven in back-to-back rounds that the man advantage is not enough for them to close them. the leg shot, even though it wasn't enough to guarantee a kill, it just causes a little bit of chaos. It pulled the one player that was underneath Balk to pull out of their little cubby. It gave James an opening to get that kill. I mean, so far, it just feels like it's all coming up with Walling Wizards.
Aggressive push for the EWP. This double setup coming through, and they might get this pick off. It might be Kobe down early. Starly gets one towards mid, but as we said, and as you just pointed out, that advantage doesn't seem to do much for them. They seem to still lose when it matters. But right now, they do have mid control. One player is going to be jumping towards the window. No one there to receive him, so this is just free map control. And now the cat split is on. We do have James Coda playing outside the smoke. The utility comes through, and he lines up, and he gets taken down. Daniel H, however, gets to him by himself through connector. Dior in a precarious situation. Could go undetected here. Could get one. Does. Going for the second one. Daniel H is posted up AK in hand. He hasn't missed yet. But Dior trades back now. Mekis, 1 versus 2. The bomb has to be recovered. It is currently up on catwalk. Mekis is walking away from the preferred bomb site of the T side here. Booty Hunter's looking like they could build, but he does get the sound cue. Still decides second of it. Goes towards A, and it looks like he's gonna be late. So they will get the bomb plant down. It will be uncontested. The utility is being thrown that will delay the retake even further. Most plants are here, and Kobe just caught with his pants down. Nade being tossed. His body is gone. And now a 1 versus 1. Dior had a solid round and continues to build off of it in the first round, where Booty Hunters has found round 7 of this map.
Not a lost half yet. Dior picking up 2 crucial kills in the window there, and he's going to replace his teammate's position after that first kill is gotten, and Mekis is just not aware enough for it to make a difference. But Booty Hunters are going to call their second tack timeout in this half, and they at least have stopped Walling Wizards from just outright winning the half. You've at least given them a chance to come back 6-6. That would be 6 in a row if they are able to make it happen. But you can't say that, you can't say that it's over quite yet.
Tactical timeout being called. After getting their first round, definitely a BM tactical timeout. We've seen a lot of disrespect going both ways, and that's how you want to see it here. Bodies being shot, timeouts being taken. 6-1 is the scoreline, 10 seconds on the clock as we get into this round. Utility being tossed back and forth. We're going to be seeing some spawn utility throw in here early on. XM back in the hands of James Coda. His preferred weapon at this point, I would assume. And the round begins with a simple window smoke. A basic split. 2 players leading towards the A bomb side here. Aggression through mid coming in for the Walling Wizards. And it pays off for them. They get 3 kills. The round already heavily in their favor. Now, 5 versus 2 with a minute 38 on the clock.
Jack and Daniel H combining to pick up those 3 kills early and not even lose a player. It would still be respectable if they get 3 kills and one of them dies, but they both still stuck around and were able to live. Oh, look at Citron. He's pushed up so aggressively. He should at least have 1 here. He doesn't have either. SJT, head on a swivel, is going to drop him even though his health gets dropped. About 100 HP combined between these 2 players. Closer to 9, but you get the point. They're hurting. Gonna come out mid to try to reestablish this mid presence, but Daniel H is just sort of just fighting anyways, not afraid.
2 alive, clock is ticking, nade goes through, Mekis takes a 1, counter nade from Dior. Desperation time here is gonna jump into the window. No one here to hear the sound cue. He does fake it once again. No one towards mid for the side of the Walling Wizards. A 2-2 setup right here. Crossfires are in play on the A bomb side, and it doesn't matter because Mekis is shot through the head of Dior. 7-1. Walling Wizards have recovered, and they are back to continue their dominance.
This is not looking good for A. You know, like I said, they have a kind of sort of a chance to come back into this. They got on the board. You know, they're doing what they can. Dior is really stepping up. He's trying to bring this team across the line, and there's only so much he can do, and it's just not enough at this point. He needs more players on his team to come alive, and he needs more help.
It is a bad sign when we're going to the 9th round of the game and 3 players are on 2 frags. It just does not work out in a game like Counter-Strike here. Guns win maps at the end of the day right now, and the guns from the Booty Hunter seems to be misfiring. Looks like we're going to be setting up towards an A play. And Citron picking up an AUG now with his 3rd different scoped weapon of this map. And once again, a bit of a floater here. Now towards the B bomb site. A full execute looks to be coming through right now. Smokes for the cross. The push is on. Palace is popping. Mollies are burning. Kills are being found. 1-for-1 split right now. The player in under gets dropped as well. Wilson 2 with the MAC-10 flying out of Palace. 2 versus 3. The bomb will go down. The rotations are coming through, however. Walling Wizards will be going for this. Nade in the hand of Citron. Damage will be done. No kills will be found, but the spam is stronger. He gets one through the wall and through the smoke. James with the XM, his preferred gun, picks up another one in Dior. Now 1 versus 2. Now 1 versus 1. 6 HP to work with, and he is done. 8-1 is the scoreline. Even with the bomb plant and the spam to the body, Walling Wizards continue to build.
Yeah, they're staying mean out there. It doesn't matter how close the game is or how close some of these rounds are. It does not matter to H4K. Citron winning that round for them, just it feels like everything is going the way of the Walling Wizards. Every gunfight, AP just can't get their sprays down, or they don't hit that first bullet to the head. It just feels like they cannot get anything going here. The one round they had in their favor was on the back of Dior, honestly, just getting somewhat just a crazy timing into window and being able to win the round off of 2 kills, essentially. And they have not had that same luck at all in the remaining rounds of this half.
Citron once again moving around, going to be going towards mid. It looks like it's the same mid play we saw before. The aggression's coming through. There's no one here to receive on this side. The booty hunters do fly away, and as I say that, Citron still gets 1, and James gets the second. 3 versus 4. They are walking out towards the A bomb site, however, so they will get this map control. But as I say that, Mekis takes 1. Looks for a second. Kobe fights back, however, he's also gone. And now Wilson, 1 versus 3, has an op in hand. The bomb never left spawn this round. So, minute 18, we could be looking for a save. But at this point, we don't have very many more rounds to give away like this.
Honestly, I mean, this is just, it's really dejecting when you're in a position like Wilson. You know, he tries to go get an early B pick, you know, see if James shows his face at all, see if he can, but James isn't even over there this round. He's not even anchoring towards B. And no one is really given over to him. And in a span of a couple seconds, his entire team just melts away. And the round is left on the back of him to try to come out with something. But 1v3 here. He walks out top mid. Recovers the bomb. 40 seconds on the clock. Op in hand. Wilson needs to have a play of a lifetime. To try to get a bomb plant and a round win for the Booty Hunters. To try to create a lifeline for AP in this grand final. There are potentially only 4 more rounds of play after this if H4K keep winning the way they do. Wilson might have a timing 15 seconds. He's wary of a player potentially jungle. Noise has to be made. Drops into sandwich. He's gonna change out and go over to the AK. Not ready for the CT player and the jungle player crunch. He's got to get on this bomb. Wilson taps it. And a tap is all he's gonna get. Jack is gonna silence him, and 9 on the board for the Walling Wizard.
Ironic, the biggest blowout of the entire series comes out on the deciding map, map 3 Mirage, and this is just an absolute masterclass of a CT side here. The trades going the way of the Walling Wizards. The opening duels going the way of the Walling Wizards. Everything is going the way of the Walling Wizards. Right now, 3 players have already passed double digits on the other side. Dior at 10 himself, but once again, 3 players still with a combined kill total that is less than Dior or Starly, and that's not what you need right now. That is a bad state of things.
Yeah, it is just, like I said, it just isn't enough right now. Dior was the only one really firing. Starly has picked up a couple kills in the last few rounds to try to do something, but it is all just in, just bad efforts. The HE is going to come in, and this B exec is coming out. Mekis, James, they combine for 1 apiece. They're slowing this down. A lot of damage onto Kobe, but Dior shuts out James Coda not long before Daniel H puts him into the grave. And Kobe, that low HP won't matter as his head gets torn off by Daniel H, and he is just hunting for these kills. He is running at them. Starly takes too much damage to make anything of it. And there's another kill in the round for Mekis, as Walling Wizards on their CT side reach double digits. 10-1 here in this map 3.
We have officially reached territory where the pistol will decide this game. It is that dominant. We're looking at a more than likely 11-1 scoreline going into the half here. Dior once again getting his kill. The rest of the team slowly fading away behind him. Starly trying to do his best as well. We said he was a leader from the front, and right now we need that more than ever. Utility will be tossed by him. We're seeing an aggressive play coming in from the Walling Wizards, so they will get info early. Dior gets the opening towards mid. It's going to be an A-split coming through right now. Citron has to have eyes in the back of his head. Gets one, gets two. So the entire mid push is gone. Now the 3 players remaining on the side of the Booty Hunters have to push out through A main and Palace combined. They come through Molotov down under Palace. Citron goes for his 3rd, aiming for his 4th, gets damaged down. Starly does trade back. Kobe is burning alive and he's gone as well. Starly now 1 versus 3. Looking at 11 rounds going the way of the Walling Wizards, and we will get there. Citron having another massive round here, coming alive once again on Mirage, map 3 of the decider for the grand final of Elite.
This is, I mean, I'm speechless at this. If you go back and watch if you go back and watch anything from map 1 and listen to what either Nathan or myself are saying, watching the game on the screen, it just looked like nothing could go the way of Walling Wizards. They could not win a gunfight. They just couldn't get anything to get started, and they just shut down. They couldn't, it's almost just like they gave up on map 1. There's even some typing in some CSC channels and even some Twitch chats during the map and right after the first map concluded. And I honestly am baffled that H4K have made the recovery that they did. This has been so dominant. This pistol round, the entire game hangs on this one pistol round. AP need to find this pistol. If they don't, then it might be over.
Smokes towards Window and Cat right now. It is going to be Window and Con, excuse me. It's going to be a Cat split coming through. The spam is going the way of the Booty Hunters right now. Damage is being done to the CT side and the T side, but B is for the taking, and James Coda opens up the round. SJT is gone. Bomb will go down. This is not a great look here for Booty Hunters, but the kills are going their way. They are bouncing back here. Now with the main advantage, the retake is on. They still have a kit to play with. Kevlar and the rest of the team right now. Those plants are set up, however, so the fights are going to be more difficult. Booty Hunters are going to have to retake here. James posted up towards empty pillar. Information being found. There is a player on CT. The sound cue is in. The flash is out. And this is the play. The retake is on. There's one play outside a door. James gets 2. Now 1 versus 2 is Wilson here. It looks like we're going to be seeing round 12 unless Wilson can pull something out of the hat. He's pushing up right now. There's James Cody. He's going to be playing around. The sound cues are going his way. Damage is done. The flank is on, and James with 3 kills in the round. Round 12 to be found. We are on match point.
Yeah, and it looks like it's just not. It still is yet again going in favor of Walling Wizards. That pistol round that Booty Hunters needed to try to find, they don't. James Cotto with a nice pistol to close things out. Gonna pick up 3 for himself, and it's just bad. I don't even know what else to say. Booty Hunters, they've got some MP9s, they got a scout and a 5.7, and they have no kits. They have 1 flashbang. This is all they can ask for. This is all they can do. Mid push from the T's, starting out. Mechas leading the charge, bomb in hand. They're running up and they're gonna come to the stairs players. And the Mac 10s, they go loud. Daniel H and Citron, they're gonna get 1. Daniel H gets a 2nd onto the SJT. Bomb actually gets dropped at the bottom of connection, making it a 2v2, make it a 2v1. Daniel H on for 3, and James Coda with a headshot. SJT goes down, and so does the rest of AP. The Walling Wizards win another Elite Grand Final. This is a 3rd brand new, completely different roster that H4K has fielded going into an Elite season, and this is the 4th trophy in a row for this franchise.
Utter dominance on display here from the Walling Wizards. They're going to be seeing a 13-1 scoreline. They fell map 1. They bounced back map 2. It was contested, and then they continue to build their leading now into map 3 on Mirage, a map neither team is familiar with. It looked like Walling Wizards were in the driving seat from start to finish here, winning both pistols, giving away a singular round this entire map. 13-1 is the scoreline. Congratulations once again to the Walling Wizards. Continue to being dominant in this Elite division.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna try to get them in here for an interview, see what they'll have to say about it. But I'm honestly just baffled at this point. This has been so just out of control for any of the, this has been out of control for this entire map from AP, and H4K show why they've been able to do it, why they've been able to make this run from nothing to pretty much just coming out of nowhere and winning the entire chip. I'm just baffled. This is the 3rd time they've had a completely different roster and they win Elite again. They just, unthinkable. Like you never would assume that a team can do this. Like you talk about, and there's people that have gotten 2 trophies in a row. They've gotten 3 trophies. but normally it's across a couple different tiers, and this is just unheard of. One single franchise, one single team in a franchise, they're just dominating an entire tier. At this point, for over a year.
And I mean, to even think about it, like the Booty Hunters, the entire playoff run, they dropped to one map, and outside of that, it's been completely blowouts on their end. Even the first map of this series was following a similar tune, and then just to see the turnaround there, I mean, on all parts, just from their ability to frag, the morale, the ego, the confidence, the reverse BM, everything that went their way there, especially on Anubis, which was nothing but a grind to start off, and then they begin to build a lead there, and then move on to Mirage, where it is nothing but a walk. Like, you just, like, compliments to the entire team there. Compliments to the way that Mechas was able to come back in and show up when required. Like, you can't beat that.
I mean, I really can't speak, yeah, I mean, you can't talk any more on how, like, crazy of, I mean, you can't really just talk about how crazy it is that they're able to do what they have done. It just, like, felt like they came back after map 1 and just took the control themselves. But it looks like we're finally here with an interview. We have James Coda joining us. Hopefully I'll get talked in my ear if the audio is messed up and we can't. But yeah, so we're gonna take a second, get James all set up, make it so the stream can. And we have our winner interview, James Coda from H4K, getting all figured out once we have the audio work. Lay into him with some questions. All right, we'll be right back. We're gonna go to a break for a second, get things sorted, and we'll come back with this.
Please help now, 'cause I can't even feel enough to know if I get out. I'm numb to the pain, but hollow without. Floating in a world of glass, I can imitate.
All right, we're back. We got to get things all figured out, but we have made it here. We have an interview with James Coda. James, congratulations on your trophy, and yeah, 4th in a row for H4K Elite. How does it feel to be leading the charge on this one?
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much. It's been a hard season, a rough season sometimes, but at the end of the day, we've pulled it together. It feels really good to have given H4K a four-peat now. It seems like, coming into it, new team, brand new team this year. Expectations, I don't know, kind of mixed bag, but yeah, we pulled it together.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing I want to ask is just how did you recover? Maybe I mean the entire team, but mostly just you individually. How did you recover mentally from that map 1 defeat to come back, get map 2 and map 3 under your belt pretty convincingly, and win the series?
Oh, it's all part of the plan. It wasn't really a mental game. You have to lose the first game and get the blood pumping, right? And so in these playoffs, that's been our strategy. Get angry, get upset with each other, throw our keyboards around, and it really seems to be working.
Coming off of that, we go into map 2 where it was very back and forth to start with. The first half, there was several times in the series where you guys tied up, and then we switched sides, and then you began the dominance that you had basically for the rest of the series here. If I had to ask, how would you say that it was easier to read their T side on Anubis versus how they played on a map like Ancient?
I don't think it's necessarily a map to map thing. It's more of a case of you play them long enough and you kind of build up that experience on a team. Especially this season for us, it takes us a little bit longer to get into groove because we don't practice like a lot of teams. We don't do VOD or anything like that, right? So we have that bit of a delay at times getting into the game groove and getting used to how a team's playing. And so really once we got halfway through Anubis, kind of get into groove, everyone locks in, and then we start having fun. The chat's going wild, back and forward. It gets really easy after the little while.
And I do want to ask, I mean, was there any expectations going into the season from your team? I know that this is a completely new roster from the last couple seasons. There is no carryover after winning so many trophies in a row. I mean, an entire year, an entire real life year, all dominated by one single team with a lot of people sticking around from season to season. They come new into 2024. There's not a single person. I mean, was there expectations, or was it all just vibes?
No, we just kind of came in with the mentality of like, we're better, right? And we try to apply that will in the server, and we were pretty successful when it mattered in applying kind of our convictions in that sense. But um, the pressure was there mainly because for Pete, regardless of whether or not the team's coming back, right? The org has that standard, Dives and Quang and the whole team, top to bottom, and I'm talking about the other the contender team, the Chally team, like everyone involved, last season's team, everyone's been like super supportive and kind of on point, talking to us after the games and stuff like that, and just kind of being very open. So like it really helps us get locked in, kind of show up with that mentality, like I said, that we're better, we're gonna crush them, and that's what we did.
Landon, do you have any other questions you want to ask to James?
Actually, I wanted to ask, when we go back to the veto process going into this series here, were you at all surprised that they left Mirage in? They have played it once, but they lost and it wasn't very close, so it definitely felt like you had the advantage going into the deciding map.
You know what? For the vetoes, Citron's our guy for that. We trust him. He's godlike in his decisions and his map choices, and we respect that. We didn't know, and we don't pay attention to what the other team is doing. We don't care what maps they've played. We just pick what we want to play at that time, and that's what we chose. So if they had been good at Mirage, or if they've been mad at Mirage, that's news to us, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing I looked at, or well, what Landon and I were looking at, is just how the map pool was like. We felt like, with Mirage it was sort of a toss up, but I mean, you guys proved that it was not really a toss up to begin with. Just dominating all the way to the end. I don't know if I have any other questions other than just to say, congrats on the trophy win. Congrats on bringing home another one for H4K, and yeah, it's a hell of a season for you guys to end up here at the top.
Thank you very much. And if you'd give me the microphone for a brief moment here, I'd like to thank you guys and everyone who's been organizing these, because it's been really good, and every season it gets better. So a great shout out to the CSC staff team for hard work and dedication. You guys work a lot, and you deserve more credit. And if I'd like to make another statement, this is a special statement to the Gas AGM Crazy. I'd like to officially ask for a trophy check. Thank you. That's it. Thanks to the team. Everyone worked hard. I needed to chirp Crazy. He's been chirping me all season. Um, Great job, everyone. To the teams we played, you know, in game we were talking, chirping back and forward. GG's to all the other teams. Much as I talk a lot of smack in the server, I have a lot of respect for those people. They were very good Counter-Strike players, and they were very good teams.
Awesome. Well, thank you for for the fun shout out, and we appreciate people like you who want to play in the league and enjoy themselves. So thanks for coming and joining us, James. I think Landon and I are gonna shut it down. Do you have anything else you want to add, Landon?
Once again, just congratulations. Once again, shout out to CSC. Once again, for players that are not in here yet, it is a fun, inviting environment. It is nice that we have a league here that is free for entry and allows every skill level possible to compete. And then it's also shout out to the production team. They've been killing it all season. Shout out Freeman's competition with the HUD. That's one of the greatest duels we've ever seen. And thank everyone for joining us on another grand final here.
Awesome. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and close things up then. Like, I think Landon and James have done most of the talking of what I would repeat, so not gonna repeat myself. But thanks for everyone for tuning into the stream tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed a fun 3 map affair, and yeah, look forward to a couple more grand finals this upcoming Thursday.
GG.